The NiceGuyAndy podcast tonight. I got, as always, my co-host Sean John.
Hello.
And special guest Mandy Lemond.
Hi.
Lexington's own.
Yes. Well, and then when you said Sean John, is it like you own the clothes or no? No.
I've never heard that before.
There's a yeah. He's never heard that before.
No, you're a mess. You're a mess.
Oh yeah. I don't know Sean Combs, Diddy,
Yeah.
Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
But the second he came out with those clothes, I've automatically hated him because everybody's like, "Oh, let me get some outfit."
Yeah.
I just look at him like, I'm not going to say nothing.
Good stuff. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
So I'm gonna you guys talk. I'm gonna share to the groups on Facebook.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, he does that, and
So I've kind of gone away from Facebook a little bit. I kind of took a little break and then came back, and then
nothing
we're
wrong with that.
I'm looking at pictures of people who I'm like, okay, COVID did not do you well, and then
Sad but true.
Yeah.
Of course, me, I didn't look good before COVID,
you're
so
silly.
we just can't.
You're
No,
silly.
I know.
You're a cutie pie.
Thank you.
Well,
you.
you know, Facebook is just like, as far as doing this kind of thing, getting followers, like all of them there. Like you
Yeah.
can see them, you can find them, you can ask them to be your. YouTube is so hard to know who's watching.
Yeah.
You know, and you can interact with your followers even when you're not on live or you're not like shooting a video.
That is true.
On Facebook, and we get a lot of support from Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're trying, and so you want to tell us a little bit about your podcast?
So,
Yeah, sure.
So hey, for your folks, I'm Mandy Lemond, known as the wife of Ryan Lemond from Kentucky Sports
Ryan
Radio.
Big Jam Lemond?
Yeah, we'll call it that. But we're exes
Yaka.
now. So yes, Yaka. I still hear that in my sleep sometimes. But we're still great friends. I have a podcast of my own called Fostered. That's based out of Tampa, Florida, where I'm heading to in a couple of days to move residency. And I also wrote a book that's called Fostered, the Fostered one, I should say. And it's about being in foster care and whatnot. So I think a lot of us, everybody
That's a
has
great
story.
subject. My children are in foster care, and my wife and I have been struggling with that. So we may look up into that and even look into your podcast on that.
Well, hey, I was a foster child. I turned out all right. Well, for today, although I did walk in here with 2 margaritas.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I don't judge.
We usually drink a lot on this show.
I did. I walked in with 2 margaritas.
Speak. You got a mouse in your pocket. You know I don't drink, sir.
Oh, yeah, Sean doesn't drink, but
Sean
I
I'm
do.
and
I
I'm
only
going
drink.
on 7 years sober.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I only
Yes.
drank in the studio, so.
Well, I only drink in my car. No, I'm kidding.
No, she does not.
No, I'm joking. I'm not a drinker. I'm not.
Yeah.
This is even from Taco Tico, so you know it has no alcohol. in
Oh,
it.
really? Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
isn't that
nice.
cute?
Yeah.
How is our state like allowing folks to do that now? I think that's awesome.
It's the strangest thing.
It is.
They let us do that, but they won't legalize medical marijuana.
Right. Why are we not legalizing medical marijuana to help folks? But we won't be political. We'll be fun. We'll be fun.
Well, we can talk about anything
That's
you want to talk
about
about.
as political as I get.
As long as we don't talk about stupid ass Trump, we'll be all right. Or Biden. He's just as
Trump
stupid.
ain't in office no more. He's out of the picture.
He's in Marlogo. Is that right?
They're both stupid.
That's
Tell-
about how I feel about
Tell-
politics.
Tell me about this G.I. Joe that you have hanging up over there.
That's Cobra, the Cobra
What is-
Commander.
Commander.
I don't know. My son gave me that for Christmas one year, so I hung it up. And then, like, my UFC posters that I've collected over the years. And then over here, we got one of the wrestling magazine that my little one, he was probably 5 years old, and he bought that for me at the bookstore at school. And he's like, he brings it to me, and I'm like, oh, that was so sweet because he knew we were into wrestling. So I hung it up there.
That's adorable.
This piece here is a piece of art from my friend David Arnold. He makes digital art.
Gorgeous.
And he's
Yeah.
he's great. My son gave me this picture. This
That's
is
you.
no, this isn't me. It looks like me, but it's not. It's supposed to be Sam Tripoli.
Okay.
Sam Tripoli is the comedian. Sam Tripoli. I've met him. He's a sweetheart. He's a great person. He's inspired me to do my podcast, and he's a good friend of mine on Twitter.
Yeah.
We don't, but I've met him a couple times. This Lex is my son is Leon Lexington. He's co-host on the show. He works at night, so he can't be here. But
I like the weird pickpockets and loose women. Did you get that up just as I was
don't
walking in?
We hung that up right before. I said, Sean, hang that up before she gets in here.
He really did.
And then I got Umaga here, which was a really good wrestler, but he passed away. So.
God bless. Yeah.
And then we got a picture of Mick Foley, which was in town. Like he was over at the Rock House Brewery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
He was so funny. He's supposed to be like a comedian, but he just told stories about wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
So funny. And then a friend of mine did this. This is my logo. I've got it on my arm.
Yeah.
It's always been my logo. It's the Monster Head. We do have a Monster Head podcast too, but we haven't done it yet. And then Wu-Tang Clan is my.
That's woo.
Wu-Tang Clan is one of my inspirations.
Ain't nothing to quit.
Exactly.
I just realized one of my friends, Mike Straka,
Uh-huh.
Would be great for you guys. You know who Mike Straka is, right? He does essentially UFC fighting. He calls them ringside.
Oh, really?
Yes, he does.
Oh, we'll have
he
it.
lives in Tampa. He does.
Mike Straka, get hold of the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Mike Straka.
Thank you.
I'll hit you up later. So yeah, he lives in Tampa as well. And I should have called and got some tips.
All right.
We're starting to get more.
Jay Irvin, thank you for messaging.
We're starting to get more.
Need to get this set up right quick.
Yeah, Jay Irvin.
Chats.
Jay
Daniel
Irvin's-
Larson, he's an old buddy of mine.
Yeah.
My addiction is being goofy. I wish that was just my addiction, Daniel.
Yeah.
Send me up here.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool, buddy. And Jay Irvin, thank you for doing. How are you?
Yeah. Jay, go tell 5 of your friends to join us online and see what we're doing, and then you guys can make fun of us at your next meeting.
That works.
Yeah, and then those 5 should tell, and then we'll just build an audience from that.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that you're leaving town.
Yeah, we need help with building this thing. But we do have a sponsor, a brand new sponsor.
Look at that.
Dings, Dents, and Details on 1300 West Main Street, Lexington, Kentucky. If you guys want to give them a call, 859-327-3464, and ask for Joe or Frank the Lion over there. They do the dent removal and window tinting and ceramic coating. They did ceramic coating on my motorcycle.
Hey, Wendy, how are you?
Hey, Wendy, and we want to shout out Royal Lex.
Hey, Irvin, sorry about your cold, brother.
For all your internet gaming needs, look on Facebook and join Royal Lex, and give them a call at, let me see, 859-684-9176, and they give away thousands of prizes every day. And you guys can sign up and be part of their little game over there. We're going to be watching AEW wrestling with Mandy Lemond here.
All right, so you guys are going to have to help me with this because
Okay, sure.
I tend to, if somebody doesn't do something I like, I tend to be a
Hey,
little aggressive.
Sean,
That's fine.
Sean
A little
is
mad.
Sean.
I'm a proverbial encyclopedia of wrestling trivia knowledge,
All right,
whatever.
okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
he is the wrestling. That's why when he missed the show the other day, we was wrestling. We didn't even talk about any.
They barely talked about the wrestling.
Well, which I had comedian TA in here, and then I had my friend Zay, which is he's a street performer. He goes down and freestyle raps with people, and Zay and TA together, they were crazy.
They had
Yeah.
It was a great conversation from what I watched.
Oh,
of it.
we had. I always have fun with those guys.
Oh, it's hilarious, especially
Who's
Tia.
the craziest person that you've had on?
The craziest person. My son is pretty nutty, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's outrageous. He'll say just about anything.
He
We
does a great Stone Cold impression.
had a little we had a little competition, like not a little competition, but we had like a little, they call it a work, like being mad at each other, kind of another podcast, and he kind of took it a little serious, and we squashed that really quick.
And I knew that what got me is in my head, I knew that I was like overreacting and doing wrong as I'm still doing it. It's like
Out of body experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
like you're having a
Rage.
like you're having a rage and you know that you're doing it, but the snowball's rolling and you can't stop it.
Shit
I
goes
did have
downhill
on,
like that sometimes. Yeah, it does.
I did
Gotcha.
have on Mama Kel from she was on Naked and Afraid.
Okay.
She was my first guest that I interviewed, and she
what
was in
Wendy just said,
Africa.
the Naked and
Her
Afraid
partner that she went over there with, he quit the first day, and she ended up winning. She stayed like 30 days in Africa with no clothes on.
This wrestler here is CM Punk.
All right, let's see if I can find me a new husband. Is what
I know, right?
Well, CM Punk has a wife. He's about mine and Andy's age, give or take a few days.
I'm 43, so I'm a little older.
Okay, well, so we're all about the same age.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I just got carded when I got
I'm
that.
27, so I'm 48. Actually,
you don't look 43. I'm saying that
No,
as
you
a
don't.
friend.
Yeah, as a friend.
As a
But
friend.
CM Punk, his deal
Okay,
is
trying to
he
hit
is
on you.
straight edge. He's drug free, alcohol free, and tobacco free. His only addiction is competition.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
like that.
yeah.
Okay, so what is it? Oh, who's this?
This is they're actually a tag team, but tonight for a tournament match, they're facing each other. It's called FTR. FTR stands for many different things. Sometimes it's Fear the
Squad.
Revelation,
Okay.
Fuck the Rest,
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Fuck the Revival.
Yeah.
But they can't say Fuck the Rest on national TV, so they say FTR.
So they're a tag team, but they're in this tournament called the Owen Hart Tournament, and so they're going against each other tonight for some.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Could you guys be comfortable with yourself walking out knowing that millions of people are watching you in this teeny tiny little getup that we've got here?
Oh, those little
and
underwear like
judging
things.
In the
you?
trunks,
See, I'm
yeah.
gonna bring the female perspective to this because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing. I've always seen like women are comfortable wearing a two-piece bikini, a top and bottom.
Yeah.
But then if you're in your underwear, your bra, and your panties,
Yeah.
Dave's like, oh my God,
Yeah,
don't look.
exactly.
I'm like, it's the same thing as in your swimsuit.
Exactly.
That's always baffled. I mean,
I would
it's
do-
always baffled me.
I would do it. I'm not. I always try to make fun of myself anyway. So you can see by our Facebook, we kind of
Yeah.
make fun of ourselves around here, but we don't take
Daniel,
anything
I do not
serious.
look 50, but thank you for that.
We don't
He's
take
a buddy of mine.
we don't
He's
take
giving me a
ourselves
hard
serious
time.
around here. So
No,
yeah,
we
I
really
would.
don't.
I would definitely go out there and do that because it just
These two are a tag team. The bald guy is Cash Wheeler. No, wait a minute. Dax Harwood, and the gentleman with the mullet is Cash Wheeler.
Yeah, Cash Wheeler.
I
It
got
really
that.
gives you a different perspective after watching, like I said, my friend with OVW. To see them go up in levels and just to see the beginning and how they're working from behind the scenes. That was one of the neatest things when I was like doing that managing.
Yeah.
Is watching behind the scenes and how they choreograph. I mean, we all realize that it's choreographed, but the choreographed, and then when someone gets hurt, it just changes everything.
Yeah.
It was that's something that was really, really neat.
So this is AEW. This is new.
All Elite Wrestling. They've been around about 3 years.
About 3
Almost
years.
3
Yeah.
years.
They're giving WWE the run for their money.
Okay.
They really
I'm
are.
okay with that.
Yeah, and so Tony Khan, he owns the Jaguars. He's the one that owns the company.
Okay.
Him and his dad own the Jaguars, right? Jaguars.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jack.
Yeah.
I love Jacksonville. It's beautiful. Okay, but if they know, like, if they wrestle together, shouldn't they know what the other person's going to do?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
should-
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
just- yeah.
Right now, they're doing a chain. It's called chain wrestling. They're feeling each other out.
Yeah.
They're just, I guess, wait until somebody makes some mistakes. They're just showing off.
So
lot of
Lexington has its own wrestling promotion right now. It's called New South.
New South Wrestling.
Is
New
that
South
really?
Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been doing it at the Ice Center, and it's like when I first went over there, I was like, oh, this is another little indie thing, and I didn't expect it to be such a big deal. They
Right.
had some of the big guys there, like some of the big wrestlers from the other companies come in, and the guy Anthony Presley's coming on the show next week. He's the owner, and he's going to come on the show, so that's a big deal for us too. So
Absolutely. You're getting, look at you getting some gets.
and we're trying to get guests.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody for the week after, but
Oh, my gosh. Yes. All right,
Yet.
who's hitting us up on Facebook and whatnot? Don't look 40, he looks 50. Oh, who said that to you?
My friend Daniel.
Okay, Daniel,
we give each other a hard time.
It's
It's all good. I'm not
rounds.
taking
What
that.
is that?
Word.
you want to see the
Daniel.
messages?
I'm going to whip him. Yeah, this was my new friend.
Daniel, she's got your back now.
I know.
She's she got my back now.
Yeah, we're going to have to whip
Then
somebody
Buster
here.
Johnson, thank you for
400 plus people or so with New South Wrestling. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had close to that
That's so good.
2 weeks ago. There's another show that's coming Friday.
Yeah, there's a show for Friday that we're gonna try to go to.
They've had Rikishi, He's there. He's their commissioner. He can't be there for every show, but he is there. And we had a Native American Tatanka. Mm-hmm. That was his gimmick name. Not trying to upset any PC people.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No,
Native American Tatanka. We had Ariana Andrew from Total Divas and WWE. We got a lot of guys that wrestle on AEW Dark and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Actually, a couple guys from New South Wrestling were on AEW. Well, no.
Yeah, they were.
AEW
a couple
weeks ago. They were actually on. They're called the twin. What are the twins?
Are they about this big?
The shorter guys. Yeah,
the Tate twins.
The Tate twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they Latino?
Yeah, maybe.
Black, Latino, maybe, possibly.
They
have been in OVW.
They can fly.
Yeah, they can go. Yeah, they can go.
It's always fun to see the small guys fly around the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt very guilty for the wrestling match that I was a part of because I had to kind of stomp on the guy, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yeah,
I know.
I had that anger.
Oh, they love it for some. Look, these guys actually that guy just hit him right in his chest.
Chopped him right.
They love it for some reason.
A couple of weeks ago, we watched the match. For the first 10 minutes of the match, they just stood there and just open hands slapped each other right in the chest.
Yeah, and they were black
towards
and
the
blue.
end, dude's chest from about here was just turning purple.
I think it takes a different level of mentality, obviously,
It really
and the
does.
wherewithal to be able to say, okay, I'm going to stand here and let someone whoop my butt.
And not get mad at them for it.
Thank you, and not get angry.
Hey, Mike Keaton jumped in.
What's
hey,
up, Mike?
Mike? What's up, buddy?
Mike Keaton is the host of the Two Guys
in a Wrestling Podcast.
Two Guys in a Wrestling Podcast.
Hello, Mike Keaton. How are you tonight? Hope all is well.
I've invited him on the show several times. He doesn't. He says he's coming, but he never shows up. That's always their program.
Something usually comes up. A lot of thing about this ring that really irks my nerves is a lot of people say that ring is soft.
Oh,
it's like a trampoline. Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No. I have.
You've been in the ring.
She's
been in the ring.
I've done some wrestling training, and I've been in rings where I just be like, just take me out to the parking lot and slam me there.
Wasn't you a ref for a little while?
I was training to be a referee for KCW, and they went out of business. I kind of got...
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, my buddy Daniel, he went to we were at a show in KCW up at the old Luxton Armory where I met you at the very first time.
We've known each other for years and years, and we've catch each other at the local wrestling shows. And then I did the podcast. I had done the podcast.
He tried to get me on for a year.
The year. And I couldn't find him. I was just like, I'd always message him. He wouldn't read his messages. And then he finally got to come on. And he's been my greatest co-host so far.
I'll take it.
He just knows everything about wrestling. I'm just so amazed at how much he knows about wrestling. He knows he probably knows that guy's middle name. I don't know.
If I look it up, I could. I'm not going to right now.
Who do you think changed the face of wrestling and is the face? If you had to say someone is truly the face of wrestling right now, who would you say that is?
Right now, oh my gosh.
Tony Khan probably, right?
Tony Khan, he's made some great changes. The thing is, though, when Tony Khan comes on screen, I see he's looking like a deer in the headlight. Everyone is like, oh, he's all coked up. I said, no, he's nervous because he's not used to cutting a promo on camera.
Yeah.
And he's a
billionaire, so.
He's a billionaire, but still, he's human. They get all nervous. He's not comfortable being in front of the camera, so when he gets on camera, he looks like, our big announcement is black. And he looks like he's coked up out of his gourd.
I kind of like the whole
Then again, he may be. We don't know.
We never know. I don't know. I kind of like his personality and his just out there, just like. I've seen a few interviews with him, and I just think he's a cool guy. He's a fan. Like what you say here, we're fans of fans. So that's what the whole show is about. The Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Wow, James Smith. He owned the heavyweight belt. I challenged Nice Guy Andy to a cage match.
Who's it? Oh, that's my friend Pirate.
Pirate. Mike's calling in.
He's in Florida. He's a nut. He's crazy.
Mike is calling in.
Love you, Pirate. He's
Mike
nutty.
Keaton says, I got a concussion from hell.
Yeah.
I was like 16 or 17.
Yeah. I was training with him that day when he got that concussion.
Were you really?
Yeah. We were taking back bumps, just falling back, and we didn't get our head tucked. We each hit our head. I fortunately that night didn't get a concussion. Now the following show, I got a stage 3 concussion.
Wow.
It was.
Yeah.
I should not have been able to drive home that night. I did.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I just like, and I even like I got up. Well, my wife she stayed home with the children at the time, and she's like, "How was the show last night?" I said, "Huh?" Like I didn't go to sleep because I
Yeah.
knew that I
Right.
rung my
Right.
bell. I didn't want to risk nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they're more aware of concussions and stuff nowadays. I think because
Yeah, but
Right.
you know,
this
because
was
of the whole
in 2009.
the guy that was on the Patriots. What was his name? Gonzalez. That had a bunch of NFL players get concussions all the time. You know. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, the protocol for that has completely changed all around in general.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about your podcast?
So
Sorry.
my podcast. Yeah, he's
No,
like,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
My podcast, I have focus on relationships, and it's called Foster just to focus on my book for now, and then we'll probably revamp that. But I've just recently, like I said, gone through a divorce. I've suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder myself, so a lot of people came out of COVID with that.
Oh,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad. So PTSD was so bad, and it's still something that we're dealing with, and we don't even realize how many of our friends are just walking through almost in a fog. I don't want to say, yeah, truly in a fog. You're talking about a concussion, a
Yeah.
fog. Because of that, and the impact that I was talking about with foster care, there's a statistic, and I hate to call anyone a statistic, but statistically, children who are in foster care have a 1 in 4% chance of being incarcerated. 1 in
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
So with that said, that happened to my son. You know, he committed a crime, and I adopted a child when my family and I adopted him when he was 3, and he committed a crime, and he followed in that lifeline. So I've talked to geneticists and who have that concept of whether they're saying is there nature over nurture, or if there is truly something like what we hate to say generational curses, but a generational curse between the foster care system and the prison pipeline.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I really have talked about and focused on in my book. But as for my podcast, you can in what we have recorded right now, we're in editing. We have an interview with Dr. Foster, who's absolutely fantastic. I have another interview with one of my girlfriends who is a bartender in Tampa, Florida, and it literally is just us sitting there kind of just like what you guys are doing right now. We just got off topic one day and just started talking, and I was like, okay, this is amazing.
It's almost the best thing to do
it is.
sometimes.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
So rather than having it set. So that's kind of where I am. Like I said, I'm heading out to Tampa in
So
48 hours.
how many of your kids are fostered? Just one?
All
All of your
them.
kids?
Yes, all of them. Yeah, we have
okay.
3 boys. 3 boys were. Well, I'm sorry, excuse me, 2. Gavin was private adoption, but
I've
yeah,
met
2
your
is-
kids before, and I
Yes,
didn't know they were.
We've known it. That's
Yeah.
something we should probably talk about. We've known each other from a Lexington restaurant here, where
Exactly.
my son would go to practice, and I would come sit there for an hour, have drinks and a steak, and
Yeah.
and we became really good friends from there. So.
Yeah, I was bartending then, and
Yeah.
bartending was one of my favorite.
Pirate says he lives next
like
to
we're talking about depression and stuff. I was in depression until I got my bartending job.
Uh-huh.
Because I've worked at UPS for 19 years now, and then
Wow.
I was in depression, and then I got my bartending job, and my bartending job got me off out of depression.
Yes.
That and mushrooms. But we'll talk about that again. It's
I literally almost wore a shirt that had a mushroom on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know like how that would
psilocybin
be
is
received.
psilocybin's a medicine. If you know, I know people think about magic mushrooms as a party drug, but psilocybin is a medicine, and I took psilocybin and then got out of depression, got my bartending job. And my bartending job was like I was like on stage, like
Yes.
I was a personality where I was, and then COVID kicked in, took my bartending job away from me. Like I still had the job there at the restaurant, but then I was
Yeah.
carrying stuff out to the cars, and like it just, and I had a little, I had a furniture delivery business, and it cut both of those out.
Yes.
And then like I was struggling to do something else, and then I still got into depression again for a long time. And then I bought some podcast equipment, and then we started doing this, and this has helped me big time come out of the depression that I've had. And you know, and I'm sure Sean's had some problems with depression himself. And
you don't realize the light that you guys are bringing to people. Someone may see this, you know, 3 years from now after where you place it, and just you sharing your story will make a difference. Because
I think
that's so true.
I think you just got to keep yourself kind of busy, like
Yeah.
you know, and just see that everything goes on, you know, and then you know. It gets crazy. Like depression anxiety is
It's a bitch. Let's
a
just
bitch.
be honest
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
I
That's
think
just,
and COVID did a lot of things, and like the podcast was like just me and my family just sitting around watching wrestling.
So
And-
fun.
because nobody would come to the studios, you know,
Right.
nobody would come to my house when I first had it there, and then I tried the in the picture thing, but
Yes.
then like that's why I wanted the podcast studios, because I
Yes.
wanted people to come in like
Right.
you after COVID. Now I got the studio. I want people to come in, sit with me, and
Yeah.
talk to me, because like I can sit and talk to anybody anywhere on Zoom or whatever, but
That human interaction, I think,
Yeah.
is something, and they do that to prisoners or folks who are in trying to. You've heard about the isolation aspect of it. The isolation aspect of COVID, I think, I don't want to say put a haze over all of us.
Yeah.
To a degree, because and they're coming out with studies now that say that children who went through that period of time, it's altered them.
yes,
And I can see that. And for folks, you know, who had, for myself, who had a mental illness or who have struggled with childhood trauma or whatnot, that isolation alone literally heightened the anxiety, heightened all of those things. So, but then it becomes the question, how do you fix it? Because we can't remember. I don't know if you remember back in the early
Yeah.
90s and 2000s, everybody was on Prozac. So now how do we fix it?
Yeah.
So what do we do? What changes that?
I don't know. I
don't
it's-
know either.
I
Yeah.
think
I
it's
don't know
I
either.
think it's to each individual to come up with something themselves to
Mm-hmm.
get themselves out of that depression, because you know, like, you know, suicide is not the answer.
No.
I know you know, a lot of people think about it, and then there's people that actually go out and try to do that.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever try, because it's not the answer. Suicide's
Yeah.
not the answer, guys.
Yeah.
It's not.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sorry I took
I would rather hear your story than read your obituary.
Oh, listen to you.
Exactly.
Say it
Get ho-
again. Say it
I would rather hear
again.
your story than read your obituary.
That's beautiful.
Exactly.
Dang, that's
and,
great.
and you know, if you guys are thinking that, just reach out to a friend, you know, and if
Mm-hmm.
that friend doesn't, you know, say anything, just reach out to another friend, because that friend may be having the same problems.
Exactly.
You know?
The other friend may be like, let's.
Yeah. Reach out to us on the
exactly.
podcast. We'll talk to you.
And that's the other thing.
Speaking
too.
of which,
Go ahead.
I'm going to do this right now on the podcast in front of everybody.
What's up?
You reached out to me last week.
Uh-huh.
After I called in, you called me the next day,
Yeah.
and we talked for a good minute.
Yeah.
I love you for that, man, because,
Oh,
yeah, no, I'm not just doing this because you're here and we're on the podcast. I mean that
Oh, I
legitimate,
love you
man.
too, dude.
Man,
Thank you.
yeah,
We became really good friends, you know, quite like pretty quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty quick. I mean, we were friends always at the wrestling show, see each other, cutting up, never had a crossword with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
I had, like what I was talking about earlier, where I messed with my depression, my anxiety,
yeah.
name it, whatever was kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
When do the thing, I knew I was overreacting, but I still did it.
Yeah.
And he was trying to talk to me. I wasn't willing to listen.
Yeah.
But he said, man, just take a couple days and we'll talk
Yeah.
later. I called in last week at the show just to, like, guys, I'll be back soon. We just do this. And he was like,
Yeah.
take your time, man.
Yeah.
Your seat will be warm.
Yeah, exactly. I've dealt with depression, and I can almost see when, like, my friends are depression. Like my friend, he goes by Jane Smith on Facebook, but his name is he goes by Pirate. When I first met him, he was like this
Pirate?
stinky old guy that just didn't
Yeah.
didn't care about anything, just mean as hell. I didn't even know if I liked him when I first met him. But then, like, we became really good friends, and we talked and talked and talked. And now he has got his two boys. He had one of his boys when I first met him. He got his other boy that was 11 years old. He got or 7 years old. He got him back.
Wow.
And he cleaned himself up. He stopped drinking. He moved. He bought him a little place in Florida. And now he lives in Florida. He's
That's a plan.
an awesome person. I need to go
Pirate,
down.
no.
I'm coming to see you, Pirate, at some point. So
You know what? I think sometimes and I have a friend, I'm not going to say the person's name, but she's kind of a big deal in the writing community. She's a pretty big deal in the writing community. And she also has, like, deals with anxiety and whatnot. And you would never know it by talking to her.
Yeah.
Never know it. So those folks who are like you, who have that empathic spirit, as I like to call it,
Yeah.
who can see that, don't squash it.
No.
Don't ignore that. If you're thinking, okay, yeah, I've got to call someone, those angels whispering or whoever you want to call on is whispering in your ear to say, call that person for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mike got on there too. Said I checked on you too. Yes, Mike, you did.
Mike is cool.
Oh, wait. Someone says Zoloft and Risperdal for years. It didn't
was
help.
on
No,
Zoloft and
Risperdal was horrible.
Yeah, I was
took
on that.
Risperdal and gained over 175 pounds.
Who won the match?
Oh, Lord, I don't even know.
Who won the match, guys? We were talking about
Let
depression.
us know. We got talking about that, and
We're talking about like how
and we're not ashamed that we talked about that.
No. Why would no? That's another thing. Let's talk about that real quick.
No.
So many folks have said thank you for coming forward and saying that you dealt with us and that you.
Leon
because-
Lexington calling in.
My son, Leon Lexington's calling.
Oh, let's talk with them.
Yes, sir. That's my buddy. He's also checked on me too. I want to throw that out there.
Whoa. Hold on, let's try to get you on. Hold on, Leon. Call me right back.
I love this. This is awesome.
So,
Said it
what
was
were we
Dax
talking about?
Harwood.
Yeah,
It may have been.
especially with grown men, sometimes like
Yes.
we just like try to keep our
Because a lot of time men are
stuff in.
told to
Suck it up.
thank you, suck
And
it
that's
up.
not okay.
Yeah, it's being told.
Are you on there,
know,
Leon?
Men are told not to cry. Be in your man
Hold on a second.
box. Yeah, it's bullshit.
All right, you there?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Hey, what's
What's
up,
up, buddy?
Leon Lexington? We're in here with Mandy Lemond. She's wrote a book and she's got her own podcast.
Hey,
I just-
sweetheart, how are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to say that the podcast has been pretty dope. I've been listening to it since like the start.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
yeah.
Thank you.
I just
You
wanted
know,
I
you
just
got a
wanted
seat
to
at the
say-
table.
Yeah, I'm at work right now.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Well, the
He's
champ appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm coming for that title belt.
All right, brother.
Well, I love you, man.
Love y'all. Just say.
Love you
All
too,
right, you're
man.
breaking up a little
Bye.
bit, so that's my son, Leon. Like his name is Leon Watkins, but like I wanted to name him his middle name to be the Lexington.
I love it.
Like my wife she's like no, but now for the podcast I've nicknamed him Leon Lexington, so
Hey,
that's his
it
name now.
works.
And he wants to be a comedian and stuff, so I started the podcast. So, but he's got two
You
little
know who
ones
you need
now.
to have on here is Lee Cruz.
Lee Cruz, yeah, I've thought about that. Yeah,
he's a mess. He's a friend of mine.
He
I'll
really
drop
is,
a
yeah.
bug.
Okay,
he's
cool, yeah.
He is literally one. You cannot be within his presence without like
Laughing.
just dying laughing.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Like,
I've seen him on stage. He does.
Yeah.
He does comedy.
He's so funny. Like he's literally one of those people that just kind
Well,
of.
I'd love to have him on. I'd love to have him on. If you can handle, if we could do that, that'd be awesome.
I'll hit that man up. Yeah.
Thank you,
Awesome.
thank you.
That'd be awesome.
You still doing the Lee and Haley show?
Yeah,
Like-
they are. They're still.
I want to
doing it.
have.
I know it's a different name,
I was
but you
thinking
know what I mean.
earlier today. Maybe I should have Bill Mack on. You think?
He, oh my goodness,
The
Bill would be
Weatherman?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before I became a mortgage loan officer, I was a TV producer and a TV reporter.
Exactly.
So that's my whole little crew back there, and that newsroom.
Is that
The
were they
story.
funny?
It was so much fun. It was so much. Who's the American Dragon?
American Dragon Brian Danielson.
He is
18-2-2. It looks like.
He is one of
His
the best
singles
wrestlers.
record thus far.
He's probably one of the best
18
wrestlers
wins,
of all
2
time.
losses, 2 ties.
Right
He's got
now,
his
he's
little thing
the
there.
best wrestler in
Yeah,
sport.
he's a great
Okay. Like his hair too.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. Feeling the vibe.
in the man bun. Yeah, gotcha.
So this guy. They got a little crew called the Blackpool.
Blackpool Combat Club.
Okay, gotcha.
And these guys are it's like some of the toughest wrestlers of all
Yeah,
time.
Wheeler Yuta.
The guy-
He is the Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Champion. Where they do that, there's no punches in the face. You get 3 rope breaks. They got many different.
The guy in the suit is William Regal. He's just like a legendary tough guy wrestler. So
He's
was
been
huge.
wrestling since he was
Yeah.
He
15.
was huge.
Yeah,
That man was
he's huge.
ginormous.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're big guys. Like some of them are smaller,
Yeah,
but
Wheeler
all
Yuta
tough.
has earned the respect of both guys because he was wrestled with his other partner that's soon to come out, John Moxley. and will just get destroyed.
Wrestling gets a bad rap because it's predetermined, but
Right.
you know the moves are not fake, guys. It's not fake. They
Slams
smack each other and slap on each other, and like the moves aren't the predetermined part is fake because they know who's actually going to win, I guess. But
Yeah.
but like you know, I like this sport because it's like. I know that it's predetermined. I don't know about the other sports. Yeah. I don't know if they're rigged or not. You know,
we're not gonna. Yeah. Who knows?
I still maintain that some are like a championship game. How do they automatically have the jerseys? What do they do with the other ones? Like,
I don't know. That's a great question. Is that going to Goodwill?
Like-
or
like-
is that going? Can I
Yeah,
can I get in
exactly.
on that?
right?
I want one of those other jerseys that
Yeah,
they're probably
the one that said that the Colts were going to be champions that y'all built earlier this year. Can I get
Exactly.
in on that? Yeah,
Right?
Exactly.
Or do they just automatically take them to a shredder?
So is your podcast just audio?
It is.
Okay.
It
It's
is.
just
Yeah.
audio.
It is audio.
So is
yeah.
this on like Apple?
It's
Apple?
on Spreaker right now.
Spreaker?
Mhm.
Spreaker.
Yeah.
Nice,
Our-
nice.
Yeah. It's on
We
Spreaker.
do Spotify too, but we haven't done one in forever. I need to do a Spotify one because like it's a separate little deal that I do
It is,
here.
Yeah.
But I need to do that. I haven't done it in a while. I get pretty good reception on there. I just I get busy and I just can't. I just don't.
Mike says, but Sunday my podcasts are going to change a lot. I can't wait.
Mike's in the he's revamping his podcast
Yeah.
too.
Wilder new at UTech. Sunday, my podcast is going to change a lot. Okay.
Willie, you the new attire. Love it. Yeah, he had like tights that looked like.
not okay.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that was pirate.
That's
was
not
pirate.
That is so.
that's,
He
that
could
is-
have just said, "I'm going
I-
to walk the
I
dog,"
didn't-
and he'd have been
Yeah,
fine.
that's my
that
fan
is-
pirate.
That is
he
like
says-
I'm not even gonna read it. Like that is like
Yeah, he
not
says
That's
the-
not
okay.
appropriate.
He says the
You
craziest
horrible-
stuff.
It's just crazy. It's just
That is, you are silly. I kind of
Yeah.
want to meet him because he's bold enough to say that.
Oh,
I
he's-
kind of do.
He's a nut.
I don't wanna be like,
what
what
did
is
he
up,
say,
boy?
actually?
I'm going to vigorously take care of myself and walk the dog. Love y'all. Be safe. Call me sometime, Andy.
Oh my God, he's a
Oh,
nut.
pirate.
I don't have him on the show because of like the crazy stuff that he says.
Well,
He
I
may
mean,
get us
yeah,
canceled.
yeah.
Uh,
That's get you.
He has no
Yeah,
filter.
Mike's podcast did start on Spreaker, his
Yeah.
visual part. Then they started doing a Facebook. Then his podcast is on.
Roku?
Forgive me, my Roku, as
Roku
Northeast
TV.
Streaming Sports Network.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Every Sunday at 2. I'll sometimes chime in. Sometimes we do watch-alongs like we do
Yeah.
here,
Uh-huh.
and we'll do that. And I'm one of the
Lord,
talking
sorry,
heads.
that's
Yeah, those
weird.
backdrops.
That was
I
not
can't do
good.
that.
Yeah, that guy's huge.
That is, he
Nick
is
Camarato.
literally
He
Dude
is-
needs to wax his chest.
That dude
I'm
is
just saying.
huge. Like it
Yes.
just it drives me. It just makes me like I don't know. It's just like it's amazing. Like some of these guys are just so big and so
Yep.
huge.
Yep.
It's like,
Like,
where do they come from?
They got to live in the gym. Some of them just like
Yes.
got to live
Some
in
of
the
them are
gym.
just
Yes.
jacked, and then some of them don't even attend the gym. There's a guy. Hopefully, he comes out this week. Named Eddie Kingston.
Oh no, he don't look like
he
he's ever
he
been to the
looks like
gym.
he's like he might could go to the gym, but he looks like he just worked on your car that morning and then get in the ring.
Kind of looks like me if I was out there wrestling. No big belly
That's
sticking out.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I like that.
Daniel, I'm not gonna put up my title against yours, man. I'm not fighting in no parking lot.
Daniel, are you messing with my Daniel? You're gonna bring out the 606? You messing with my man again? Here, what's
You
going
got my
on?
manager over here.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
it. No.
I'm gonna have to hop on.
Damn, mama.
Mamacitas don't know bien.
Yeah, we have a lot of like guys that like wrestling indie fans, like that are
Yeah.
like indie wrestlers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool too. Yes. A coffee. Okay. So, excuse me.
So we don't have any. I don't know. We don't have anybody.
Yeah, we had a Wildcat Chris Harris a couple of weeks ago. We had a, not we, like I'm on his podcast. I'm
Yeah.
just a watch. But they've had Wildcat Chris Harris on their podcast. We do a lot of stuff. We just kind of would start typing in comments and they react to them like what we
Yeah.
do here. And
Yeah.
we're like, no,
Yeah.
that's not right.
I try to have. In
They
here,
try to argue with me. It's like Encyclopedia Sean, and they're like, "No, he don't know nothing." And then I was like, "Yeah." And then they look it up. Damn it, he's right.
Yeah, he knows.
Sean
He
knows.
knows a lot of stuff.
Sean knows.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Awesome.
So about your book. It amazes me that you wrote a book.
Well, my life, I love to tell the story that I started as a TV reporter. I was sitting in the newsroom at WLEX here in Lexington, and a reporter just quit, walked out the door, and I was in college. And the news director, and ironically, I just sent in my reel tape to the news director, and he's like, "Hey, you want to be on air?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, who wouldn't?" And I'm like,
exactly.
"Absolutely." So he, the next day I was on air. My first story that went on TV, however, was Roy Kidd's 300th win.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and I'm EKU grad, go Colonels, and so that was really cool for me to be there that night. But my friend realized how scared I was and got me a Snicker. I love Snickers bars. That's kind of my candy bar that I still eat, and a Diet Mountain Dew and a little notepad, and sent me on my way. So that was that's
the snack of champions.
That is the snack.
So was you you were mainly just sports there? Or?
No, I did. I did everything from the weather to I did everything, because that's back when they were trying to figure out where to fit in, and then I ended up becoming the producer of the 5 and the noon, and we covered everything from God bless Flight 5191 to the Masterson Station tornado that destroyed everything, and then the massive floodings in eastern Kentucky.
So where was you going to school at?
I went to Eastern Kentucky University.
Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah,
for journalism.
Yeah.
Go
I studied broadcasting at Fugazi College.
I remember Fugazi.
You remember Fugazi College?
Why are you laughing at you? Don't laugh at you, because I will laugh at you for laughing at you. Don't laugh at you.
I went there with Jacob Ennis. You know who Jacob Ennis is? Jacob Ennis is the writer and producer of Stash, the horror movies and stuff like that. Yeah. Me and him had a little. So cool. Nice. Yeah, we had a little public access channel.
Love that.
It was called Midget Tube.
Oh my God! Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
Yeah, we had that for a while. We did maybe there's 10 episodes of that, and they're hidden somewhere.
Where can this be
Jacob
found?
Has them. Well, Jacob has some of them, but they're on Super 8.
Old school.
Video and some of it's just like he had got some of it out, and he sent me some of it, and there's some clips, but most of it's just deteriorated. It's
onion paper thin.
So that's where I studied broadcasting for a little while.
My degree is in communication, so I was going to law school, and then that happened for me to get into the newsroom and just kind of be there. And it was so. I literally remember that 12 years of my life just going by so quickly, because I worked Wednesday nights from when I was on the night shift. I would do Wednesdays until Sundays when I was a TV reporter. So I would come in, and the news director at the time would be like, "Okay, you're going to be on air at 5:00, and you know how hard it is to put this show together."
Oh yeah.
So imagine, all of a sudden, you're like, "Okay, you've got literally an hour and a half to put together whatever breaking news story is happening, and then just be there." That taught me so much.
It does amaze me that all the other podcasts and stuff was because I don't really do anything to prep for this show. I just ask somebody to come on and say, "Hey, we're going to watch wrestling."
But get here about a half hour beforehand. And
I'll come and make sure all the equipment is set, and then I've set up all this stuff myself and designed the studio and got a bunch of podcasting equipment and figured out how to stream it and all this stuff. And but if I had to write it and prep it, or edit it. I don't do anything like that. We just show up and have an interview and have conversations. I
think that's such the wave these days. But one of the things that broadcasting taught me was about pivoting and on a dime, pivot and reset. So Bill Mack, God bless him, he would have a weather. Thinking that there's going to be a tornado that tears down a town, and next thing you know, it's sunshiny, and he would say, don't go to the lake, and then everybody would call it in. Bill Mack made me cancel my son's birthday party. No, he didn't. You can look at the weather yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but those were the fun
He gets a lot of static for back in the day.
There was one time
he didn't we got a bunch. He said it was going to be nice, and then we got a bunch of snow or something.
The dusting.
Yeah, the
dusting.
That's what I was talking about.
The dusting.
2 inches at most, and then when you wake up the next morning,
12.
2 feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
that was. Yes, I remember that.
The dusting.
And those were the times that I remember being a TV reporter standing at the corner of Nicholasville Road and I think it's Nicholasville, Jekyll, right there across from the Mexican restaurant, and standing there thinking to myself with my photographer, I'm never going to be able to make it home. And we're riding. You send your reporters out there in these big, huge ass trucks, and you're like, hey, get the story on at 5 and don't become the wreck that you're going to cover.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So I remember, and then the tide turned, and I became what they call a house cat, and in journalism, I was a producer, so I would write what the anchors say, because that's a misnomer.
Let me ask you a question now.
Sure.
You're a journalist,
Yeah.
and you're an old school journalist.
I am, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Mhm.
So what do you think about the journalism now and all this fake news kind of shit?
Yeah.
And they get caught all the time doing stupid shit like
Right.
Fox News, CNN, or
Yes.
some of the worst. What do you?
I
what do
mean,
you think about
even was it Tom Brokaw that was demoted for essentially making something up? Yeah. I think just because journalists let me rephrase that. Our credibility is based on facts, and if you can't present the facts, I mean, every just like every story, there is some. Is it really blue or is it green? You know, there is a little bit of delineation in the color of what you're telling, and it's through your eyes, so that can also change the way that someone perceives something. But at the same time, I mean, if you're dead, you're dead. You're not dying. That's what I always say. You can't make it up.
Yeah.
So and
You're not just a little bit pregnant.
Yeah,
You're either pregnant or you're not. There is no in between.
No, so and that's the thing that just to what you were saying, that a lot of these young want to be shock journalists and want to go viral and whatnot, and I still just love the true integrity of news. And I'll be honest with you, there's only certain types of news. There's only certain, like, I'll watch CNN, but there's only a couple people that I'll watch because they're so. They want to be the story instead of the story being the story, and that's frustrating for me as a journalist.
So okay,
that's
so
a lot.
you're going into podcasting.
Yeah.
Is there any podcast that you listen to? Anything you like?
I do. I will always love my boys with KSR. I always listen to their stuff. The Free Money podcast. I love that.
Yeah.
There is I'm a huge Bridgerton fan. I hate to admit that, but I am. I love Bridgerton.
We
Listen to the
don't
Bridgerton.
judge.
I love Bridgerton. There's also a podcast. The name escapes me right now. Maybe on my phone. That is about essentially women and power and their next step in life.
Yeah.
I have a girl that has asked me. I've got next week. I'm on 5. I'm very blessed. Next week I have a podcast every day that I'm doing. But her podcast is essentially about divorced women and women in their 40s starting over.
Yeah.
So she's asked me to be on and then booked me a couple of times out from that just after hearing, kind of what I've gone through. So that's a really good podcast that I enjoy. And that's called PTL, I think it is. BTL, Between the Lines. Yeah.
Between the Lines.
So,
okay.
yeah, so that's good. Yeah. So, what do you guys listen to when you're not on?
I listen to a lot of conspiracy podcasts.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So, what way are you awake or are you not awake?
I don't know if I believe hardly any of it.
Yeah,
But there's stuff that I like. It's entertaining to
think.
listen to.
Yeah.
So I listen to Tinfoil Hat a lot. It was Sam Tripoli. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot.
Yeah.
Which he's
Joe Rogan's like
he's a
on
genius.
a different level.
He's a
isn't he?
genius, and
He's
some people
super
don't like him,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that don't like him haven't watched him.
Right.
Because like if you've watched Joe, like 10 episodes of Joe Rogan, then you know that he is not a bad guy. He's not
Exactly.
He wants to be in the middle. He has his own opinions. He's his own person. He's a man's man. He's a fighter. But like I've always been a big fan of Joe. I listen to this podcast called My Family Thinks I'm Crazy.
Okay, I'll look that one up.
That's a fun one to watch.
She looks around and is like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Might be
Is this part
important.
of it? So, this is
Because I mean, I want to kind of do one I want to do like a kind of like a what I started to do was Monsterhead. It was supposed to be my conspiracy podcast. I wanted to talk about cryptids. I want to talk about Bigfoots. I want to talk about UFOs and I want to have psychics on.
Well,
and,
hey, there's a guy who has millions of people who stream with him worldwide.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about? He is he's the ghost hunter here in the
Oh,
land.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm on his show I think next week. But my mother died violently. She was murdered by my father when I was 7 years old.
Really?
And she lives with us. And I'm not kidding you. I don't want to
really?
freak anybody out.
The ghost
The
does?
ghost of my brother.
The spirit of your mother.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
I've
that's
mean,
cool.
I felt
Just
that feeling
insane.
too.
Just insane.
Well, I believe in all that
Like
stuff.
I was somewhere
Like,
and I was like acting just like my mother was there. I'm like, Mom, I was just no.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
wow.
No,
Yeah.
like the most prolific moment of this is when when I was just calling my Ryan. I hate the divorce term. I hate the term ex.
Yeah.
When my Ryan and I lived in the first townhouse together. He had a fireplace, and my stepson came down, and he's like, he's like 4 years old at the time, and he says, there's a lady that plays with me in my room, and I'm like, what?
Really?
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
okay, this is not okay.
Okay.
And then he described my mother
Wow.
to a T. And you're gonna make me cry. Describe my mother to a T. And the fireplace, I go back to that. The fireplace one night, Ryan and I got in a frustrating argument, and nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But the fireplace just lit up.
No
Wow.
shit.
I'm not
Wow.
kidding. Just lit up. And he'll always,
Mama?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
Like his keys just go disappearing, and the damn fairies
crazy.
like.
Well,
steal
my
the
little
keys.
one, like the house we live in now, my little one, his name is Leland, okay? So we go to see this house. Like, we fell in love with this house when we walked in it. And
Hey,
my
Crystal
little
John's
one's-
wifey, how are you?
he's-
That's my wife. She's just now.
He's running
Looking in.
around like, I built this house. I built this house.
He said that.
Yeah, I built this house. Yeah, he was like,
What?
I built this house. And to come to find out, we go to the closing.
Yeah.
Guess what the man's name?
No.
His name was Leland. She's like, we were talking about our little
Stop.
one. We were talking about our little one, Leland.
Yeah.
And the woman was like, she started crying. She's like, well, what's up? She's like, that was my dad's name, Leland. He built that house.
I'm done.
I'm
out.
I know, right?
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate ya.
Yeah, it's
House, I
crazy.
will not
Like,
be-
Crystal
That's
Johns,
crazy.
thank you for watching. I hear your husband's pretty cute.
is that
Crystal
right?
Johns.
Yeah.
That's my wife.
Oh, okay.
So we got Lance Archer. Who is he going to be wrestling here?
He's taking on
Lance Archer.
Wardlow.
Warlow. Oh, this is a big match.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Warlow against Lance Archer
he's
here. We
taking
haven't
on
looked at any of this wrestling.
No, we haven't. We're horrible.
We've wasted the last couple of
Who
matches.
won the last match?
Wheeler Yuta,
The
MJF.
the Blackpool. one?
Man,
Blackpool
is like
Fight
just
Club.
sitting here having
Combat Club.
So this is MJF. He is like, this is
The
one of
bad
the
boy,
Yeah,
or-
he's a bad boy. Yeah,
He's
Okay.
a jerk.
he's a
He's-
jerk. He's one of the biggest
they call them
heels.
heels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
thank you,
heel,
right.
but
He's a big heel in
and he's not
AEW.
just playing a character that's a heel.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a
Total
100%. He is 100% total douche.
He's so good at what he does. And this guy that's wrestling, was
Wardlow was his bodyguard,
bodyguard.
who finally getting fights. So, like, in storyline, Wardlow, MJF has Wardlow under. He's signed to MJF, not to AEW.
So he works for this guy. The other guy that's
Yeah.
wrestling works for him. So he's kind of been
And
booking
that guy
in those shitty matches.
in the suit jacket, no shirt. His name is Sean Spears. He's been wrestling for many years under many different names, and he's just not any count.
So this guy they have to handcuff him because he beats up everybody because
Oh
he
my
wants to
goodness.
Yeah,
beat
he'll
them
beat
up
up
so bad.
security.
So they handcuff him, but that's the storyline.
Storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so
a
he
hell
walks
of a
out in
wrestler.
this,
Like,
no entrance music, nothing. Mr. Mayhem, Wardlow. So Wardlow, his finishing move is just a power bomb. Symphony, he'll power bomb you a few times. That gentleman right there in the purple shirt, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, it is Jake, ain't it?
Yeah,
Wow, like the Jake the Snake, like
Uh-huh.
from back in
Jake
the
the
day.
Snake.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, he
All
don't
right,
have
I
his
see,
snake
yeah.
with him no more, I don't guess. But
No, but he's doing Jake the Snake has gotten over addiction, and I am. So you were asking what podcast we're listening to. He's got a podcast now called DDP Snake Pit. Diamond Dallas Page and Jake the Snake Roberts are on there.
oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Holy snap!
Oh, wow.
Lance Archer
He's
just
like,
just
He
broke
just
out the
jumped.
crowd. He's like,
Oh my
he ain't
goodness.
playing no games.
Yeah,
Lance
these are
Archer
big
is a
guys.
jack dude from Dallas, Texas.
These are big guys, and they jump over the top ropes and everything. They just
he's like
Wow.
6'7".
Different level.
yeah, they're
he just
crazy.
does not care.
Like who?
Pretty Wardlow.
Like that guy's like he's like 6'3", right?
He looks like Cash. Daniels.
Wow. Yeah.
Kind of that
Wardlow
same
with
look
that
design.
friggin'.
You think it's going to be a squash match? You going to be squashing?
I don't think it'll be a squash match, but I look.
Wardlow's definitely
MJF
winning.
he's a big dude, and this is the most I've ever seen him move and work.
Wow.
Wardlow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And yeah, Wardlow's those are some jack dudes. But yeah, I've listened to a lot of wrestling podcasts because that's what I get into. One I listen to that's not a wrestling podcast is comedian Christopher Titus.
Yes.
He's got a podcast. That's kind of where I get my news and stuff from, like the national news.
I listen to Russell Brand a lot too.
I can't watch the news anymore.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't been able to for years.
Yeah.
One, it's either so depressing because they don't.
It's so terribly depressing.
Yeah,
It's so
and
depressing.
I can't get into it.
Yeah.
I could sit. I used to watch
Don't watch
LEX
it.
18 all the time. I really did.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, blow smoke or nothing. I've
Yeah.
just. And
The
then
news is depressing. I don't watch it really.
it just
anymore
got
unless
depressing.
Yeah.
And I just
There's so much.
I can't
There's
deal
so
with,
much more stuff on, and there's so much other places to get your information from.
Right.
That like the mainstream news and stuff is pretty much gone out of style.
Yes.
Like I'd rather read a bunch of stuff and look at articles online to figure out things, and the news just makes it seems like propaganda to me for
It
some
does,
reason.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
You
And
can
then-
totally tell which
Which
way
way
they're
they're leaning.
Yeah.
The left
Then you
or
got,
right. Yeah,
like-
I don't even know what any of that means.
Then you
and I
got
don't care.
Joe Biden. Like, is he really like in dementia, or is it just is he just faking some of it? Like they show stuff on the news, and I'm like, he's shaking like somebody's hand, like and he's like wandering off and doing like. Is that just an act, or is he really like like that? I don't know.
You're making me laugh. I don't know if that's an act. I don't know.
Is he acting like he's dumb, or is he really
don't
dumb?
know.
Because
I don't know.
it's crazy.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's
Ghost stories. Keep the ghost stories. Lexington Leon.
Leon likes it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Leon likes
that's
it.
him.
You like it. You like the
Yeah.
ghost stories. Others plenty.
Ah, thanks, brother.
I can't believe you that your mother lives with you.
I mean, there's one of the most. I had a chair from this. I'm still good friends with most of the people that I dated in my prior lives. I'm pretty cool.
Okay.
So my ex-fiance, his grandmother was a slave, like a true slave, and she had her chair that she used to carry around, or they had to take places to sit in, which is really weird, but it is what it was. So that chair, there was one day a paper on it. Not a paper, I'm sorry, I guess you could call it a paper, and there was a handprint in it.
Oh wow.
And it matched, because I'm like, okay, is this yours? Is yours? It matched no one.
So there was like
wow.
a piece of paper laying there.
Yes.
On
So it
and
was-
then there was a
chair,
handprint.
Was
Oh,
it his
wow.
great grandmother's?
Yes,
or great
yeah,
great
yeah,
grandmother?
yeah. It had to be. It was, insane.
That's nuts.
And I just feel like spirits maybe attract me. I hate to say that.
Yeah,
But just,
yeah.
I mean, because of my life, I don't know.
Yeah,
Carney
My wife's a lot
Ashley,
like that.
she's one of my neighbors where I work. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's been a friend of mine and somebody. She kind of deals with anxiety and depression herself. Sorry, Carney, if I'm speaking out of turn. She's
A lot of
my
people
neighbor.
don't. I don't know if a lot of people want us to talk about that. Like, I'll talk about
If
them,
I'm
but-
speaking out of turn, Miss Carney, you can let me know, honey. And
Exactly.
tell Brownie I say hi. That's her little doggy.
So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning into the podcast tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Mandy Lemon's on again, and
She says it's no worries. So.
she's a host of her own podcast, and she's wrote a book. So, and she's telling us ghost stories too. So
Well, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to,
okay.
yes, if that's okay.
that's
So I
fine.
can-
That's
We
fine.
love that you came.
Yes, thank you. So I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
y'all. I'm
Thanks
going
for
to get a
coming.
kid to bed. So.
Oh, alrighty.
Um,
Well, thank you so
Before
much.
you leave, once you plug your book and your podcast.
Yeah,
So
and
my
your
my
all
book-
your social media.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can follow me on Twitter at Mandy Lemond. You can follow me on Instagram at Mandy.Lemon. Facebook, I accept only friends.
Fair enough.
Only friends.
You say OnlyFans?
Only friends. Oh, no, somebody told me I should get one of those pages. I don't even know what that is.
You don't have to get naked on it. Like a lot
What
of
is it, OnlyFans?
a lot of people on.
A lot of people will do the naked and the.
You don't know what it is?
No, I don't. But
Well,
somebody said I need.
well,
Like somebody sent me a message.
A lot of
OnlyFans
OnlyFans women get naked on there and like do
That's not nice for them.
Well,
But,
you could
but
do it
there's
in
a
just
lot
your
of celebrities that have them
Yeah.
that don't get naked. Like a lot of the wrestling girls have them, and they just
They're in
take pictures
like
of themselves.
lingerie and all the other
You
stuff.
know.
Is it
Or
gonna
so
pay
I've
me?
heard.
Huh?
It's gonna pay me.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
they
you
have
get paid.
subscribers. Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
Really?
or
I
you
thought
could do
about
that
getting
and just do
thought about
feet.
getting one myself.
Oh, good
Show a
Lord.
little leg.
Show a little leg.
Show a little nice guy leg.
You know what? I may do it too.
Oh my god!
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
well,
we need the
and-
money
And if
around
we get
here.
enough subscribers, we'll do it.
Yeah, we need
Guy
money.
Calendar. Once a month, we get everybody in.
Yeah, we need a. I got like nine people that usually come on the show. They're like in or out, you know, like.
I
So
love it. Well, well, shoot.
we need like 3 more people. We can have a whole calendar, don't we?
Yes, yeah, we need 3 more people. We'll get you 3 folks. Well, thanks, guys, for letting me have.
Yes,
Well, thank you, and tell us about your podcast.
So the podcast is Fostered, FOSTER-ED, Fostered, and you can look that up on Spreaker. So we're gonna launch and also the book. I wrote another book. That book I'm working with the famous, most glorious Amy McCorkle, and she's working.
Shout
with
out
us.
to
Yes.
Amy McCorkle.
Amy McCorkle.
Amy McCorkle.
She just won a bunch at Indy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
she's kind of a badass. Yeah. Hope she'll
Awesome.
make
We
some
love
success.
badass
So,
people.
Yes,
Yes,
so-
we do.
Well,
The
gentlemen,
more
I'm
bad,
outta
badass
here.
Thank you
the
so
weather.
much.
It was a pleasure.
It was always- yes.
We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
And have a safe trip getting down to Florida
Yes.
this weekend.
Exactly.
See you guys.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So that was Mandy Lemond with us tonight. She watched a little wrestling with us. She had to go take care of her kids. So now it's just me and Sean again.
Sorry, guys. It's
Yeah.
just us.
Yeah, just us again. All the eye candy left. So we can actually talk about wrestling. So
Hey, now.
let's talk about our sponsor here again. We got Dings, Dents, and Details over on 1300 West Main Street, Lexington, Kentucky. The number is 859-327-3464. Ask for Joe, and they do window tinting. They do details. They'll clean your car really good. Auto detailing and ceramic coating. The ceramic coating is crazy. It's so good for your vehicles. I had it done to my motorcycle, my brand new Can-Am, and it looks great. So it keeps that brand new finish on your car, your motorcycle, or whatever. So give those guys a call. And Royal Lex for all your internet gaming needs. Get on Facebook or call at 859-684-9176, and Royal Lex will sign you up, and you can be playing their games soon. They give away thousands of prizes every day. So give those guys a call. And for late night play, join Royal Dark. It's on Facebook too, and they open from 10 p.m. at night till 4 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So give those guys a call, and they give away thousands of prizes every day. So we are going to have
Wendy says we sound great tonight. Thank you, Wendy.
So next week we're having on Anthony Presley, which is the owner of New South Wrestling.
Yes.
And I met him last week or a couple weeks last show, and they're having a big show this weekend at the Ice Center, guys. If you guys like local wrestling and you haven't went to a local wrestling show, this is one of the
Do
best.
yourself a favor and go.
This is one of the best
You
ones. I
will
thought
not be disappointed.
I've been to local wrestling before, and like they're some of them are just like
And
just a
every
ring.
every show after the main event, they do a drawing. Last time they gave away $300.
Yeah, exactly.
Every ticket that you buy to get in, that's a ticket in the drawing to win $300. You can also buy other tickets. You
And
can
thi-
earn other tickets through
And this
nefarious means.
This promotion isn't just like your backyard wrestling or anything. These guys are professionals. They're
We
out
get
there.
guys that have been on AEW, WWE. We've had, just recently we had WWE legend Tatanka.
And Carlito was there.
Carlito was there.
James Gunn was there.
James Storm.
James Storm was there.
Yeah, James Storm. Billy Gunn was there a couple of weeks ago.
Rakishi's going to be there this week.
Rikishi's going to be there this weekend.
Local wrestler.
Leland.
Leland's calling. What's up, buddy? Oh, he can't hear me.
Local wrestler Rakishi's. Local wrestler Larry D.
Yep, Larry D will be there.
What's up, son? You're on the podcast.
Oh, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Dad. When you gonna be home?
As soon as the podcast is over.
When it'll be over?
About 10.
We got another hour, buddy.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just asking.
All right, I love you, buddy. You want to talk about wrestling?
Nah.
Nah, you watching?
I didn't know y'all was doing a podcast.
I told you before I left we was doing a podcast.
Oh, I forgot.
All right, I
Got
love you,
your
buddy.
homework done?
Yeah, did you do your homework?
Man, I didn't get homework.
All right.
Do it anyways.
We
Get
love-
some extra credit. No.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll be home in a little bit.
All right, love you.
All right, buddy.
That was Noodles. If everybody's Noodles been on the show several times. So what was he talking about before Noodles called? We was talking about New South Wrestling.
New South Wrestling. That's right.
Those guys are professional over there, guys. If you think that we're just going to
It's a
walk in there
professional.
and they just
thing.
got a rinky-dink ring and they got some guys, local guys that aren't, nobody's. Everybody that wrestles there is somebody. You'll have their name recognitions. They treat you like.
At one point, New South Wrestling was part of the National Wrestling Alliance. And speaking of which, there's a National Wrestling Alliance show this coming weekend.
Oh yeah. Power.
NWA Power in Oak Grove, Kentucky, which is a 3-hour drive from Lexington, but it's so worth it.
And the Nice Guy Andy podcast is going to be down there. We're taking a road trip, guys.
Road trip.
Hopefully, we'll have a YouTube video chronologuing our I don't know how to say that, but
Yeah, we're
going to be video.
we're going to be filming ourselves doing that.
Yeah,
stuff.
so-
just doing trip, talking.
We'll put a little video together. So
Oh
actually, we got what is this? The Jericho's.
Jericho Appreciation Society.
They're in the ring right now talking a bunch of shit about somebody. I guess talking about Eddie Kingston.
Eddie
I'm sure.
Kingston. We were just talking about Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. So Eddie Kingston just
Eddie
comes
Kingston coming out. Speak of the devil.
out. Yeah, exactly.
Eddie Kingston looks like he just worked on your car that morning. He don't hesitate. He don't play around when he leaves.
Looks like he's been working out a little bit. His belly's gone down a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's just where his shirt's a little heavy. As soon as he pops it open, that belly will pop out.
Yeah, they came in there. I guess this is the contract signing.
Contract signing for a match.
They just throwing around chairs now.
They ain't ready to play.
So it's Eddie Kingston and
Santana and Ortiz. I don't know if they got a new team name now or not, but they were proud and powerful.
why's the dude carrying the shoes around his neck like that?
I don't know.
I just
If somebody knows, let us know.
please tell us why. Oh, dude.
Wow, really, Carney? Don't get lost, Sean. Andy's driving, so I'm not going to get lost.
Yeah, I'm driving, but Andy might
Oh.
get. I used to be a UPS driver, so I can't get lost.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have the package delivered. I guarantee you on time. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, like we said, New South Wrestling. Anthony Presley's going to be on with his kids next week on next Wednesday.
Nice.
We watch wrestling, so Jericho's out there bullshitting. So who did win the first match?
It was Dax.
Dax won the first match. Okay.
Thank you, Wendy. I know he won't get me lost. This is with Miss Carney and myself. It's a inside joke. What happened is I drove down to Oak Grove, Kentucky on my own back in October, and I had just bought a brand new car. Well, it was new to me. It was a 2016.
Yeah.
And it had built-in GPS. I had forgot to change the home in the GPS. I thought I had.
Yeah.
I didn't. I hit home. I start going the way the GPS is telling me. I wasn't paying attention that I wasn't.
Took you to Louisville. Where did it take you?
I was in Missouri.
No shit. That's funny.
And I
dude.
ran out of gas, and I put the last bit of my money that would have got me home had I went the straight way.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in some town in Kentucky that's a nothing happening town.
Yeah.
And I was stuck there. I had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. I get home. Finally, a friend of mine cashed at me a few bucks. Yeah, Wendy. Yeah, and
What's she saying?
OMG.
I know, right?
And
she's in the fucking Bahamas watching us. Like, why are you in the Bahamas watching us? She's on a cruise ship right now.
I know.
And she's watching us. Like, if y'all in the Bahamas, y'all got the right not to watch
We're
the podcast.
more entertaining than the Bahamas. I get that. I get that.
We're better looking than the Bahamas, too.
Well, okay. But what happened is I get home at 7:10 in the morning. I had to be at work at 7:30, so I get like a 10 minutes nap. Then I wake up. I barely even drink coffee, but I chugged like a whole pot of coffee.
Yeah, that's funny.
And just went to work.
Yeah. We were doing that,
Worked
too.
all
Like,
day.
my wife had bought a new car the same
I was
way.
zombified. Yeah, because I went to the previous owner's house, and they didn't live in Kentucky.
Apparently, her car was from, like, New York or New Jersey or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of caught it pretty quick.
Ours was in, like, what's it called? I think Nevada or somewhere. It was
Nevada,
somewhere
really?
away.
Wow.
Or somewhere, Arizona somewhere.
And you got Eddie Kingston all up in Jericho's face.
The other guy with the big head, good Lord, he's got them great facials. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah, they're talking shit.
First tier, here's the problem, Kingston. It is 5-on-3. And you stupid sons of bitches are not smart enough to realize it. So are we going to take you out one by one? By one?
By one by one? Which
by
one's
one.
saying that?
Jericho was saying the JS is going to put something on your asses.
So they got
Shut up.
They got
I
five
swear on
guys.
my mother, shut up.
They got 5 guys in their group, and they only got 3 in the other group.
Yeah. Unless she's got 2 more coming in that we don't know about. That would be a good match I'd like to see, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for coming back, Crystal. We missed you.
Give me the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost act like they don't like each other for real.
I don't think they do. Or unless they're great thing, because
I think they're really
good. This is a Eddie Kingston I've wanted to see for years. He's been so real, and he's been sort of thing where he's been thing. I guess they can't touch.
They're not allowed to touch them.
I guess that's what they're going on for. They can't touch until they have a match together.
He's gonna spit in his face.
Oh, he'll get right up in his face. If Jericho falls with that chair, I'm going to laugh.
It's like he's got him bent over backwards. That's crazy. Like he's all in his face. What is he saying to him? You want to prepare
Someone
to
in the
put
ground.
someone in the ground. Oh, wow.
Oh, Jericho looked like he just seen a ghost.
They make it look like it's...
Or he looked like he's... Thank God he's wearing dark pants. He just shit his pants. Jericho's in his 50s, but looks like he just turned 30 or something. He's jacked.
Is he in his 50s?
He's in his 50s. He's like 51, 52, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Sammy
Guevara. I cannot stand this guy anymore.
I like Sammy Guevara. I like... I don't know. I guess I like the heels. I like MJF. I like Sammy Guevara being the heel.
Yeah, well, Sammy Guevara being a heel, it's fine, but...
They're like heels are going
just
against heels now, it looks like.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Sammy Guevara is acting like a little... I can't...
He's got
a hot girlfriend.
He's got a hot girlfriend. Fine. Like, he's won the championship.
He don't need to be acting like a damn college girl with his first girlfriend.
Just imagine if a young man got, like, all that recognition, got him a hot girlfriend, won the championship 3 times. He's almost like it's a real character, like how a real character would really act. I'm going to go grab something to drink. You want something?
Yeah. Just whatever you feel. It's good.
Keep on talking.
Ooh, he said Andy and Sean do some kind of contest on your show, and whoever wins it tonight, I will set 4 general admission tickets at the door for Friday for the winner. That was Anthony Presley said that. Thank you. That's a good idea. There's a match coming up, a Philadelphia street fight. Serena Deeb taking on... Serena Deeb.
Tony's giving away 4 tickets?
Yeah, he said 4 general admission tickets at the door.
So breaking news, guys. Like Sean just said that Anthony Anthony Presley, the owner of New South Wrestling here in Lexington, has he's going to give away 4 tickets tonight. Looks like.
Okay, who can really predict this match? Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb.
Are we giving all 4 of them to somebody?
He said set aside 4 general admission tickets to the winner. We'll just do that podcast.
Hell yeah.
Contest right now. We'll do a prediction to our...
Hey, let's win.
To those...
Let's win, Sean, so we can go for free.
Heck yeah.
Me and Sean are the winners.
Hot damn.
We pulled we're going to pull an LA
Serena
cap out of this
Deeb
little thing. And what it
taking
says.
on Hikaru
Look,
Shida.
Sean and Andrew win. We're winners of our own giveaway. Woohoo. Yeah.
No, I'm going to make it fair and we'll give somebody an option. That includes you, Leon Lexington, if you can get away from work. Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida, with the winner getting 4 tickets this Friday night to the Lexington Ice Center, courtesy of Mr. Anthony Presley.
So, Mr. Anthony Presley, Leon Lexington he's asked why that you can't. He wants you to put your shows on Saturday. So he works at night. So he works Friday night. So he's like, please ask him. I was like, I'll ask him, but he's not going to just move his damn
shows to make
shows
happy,
just
right.
for you, Leon. But he was like, please tell him to do it on Saturday night so I can come to the show. And I was like, I'll ask him. But so.
Well, I think a lot of the talent also have shows on Saturday night they can't do either.
I've reached out to Larry D and asked him to come on the podcast, but he hasn't really got back with me. He asked when we were, what day we were and everything, and he said he was going to get back to us. He's a very busy.
He is a busy man.
Busy man.
He's got his own place, Lexington.
He's got a school down there.
He said,
too,
"Would you like me to call in to tell you why? If you would
Who
like
is
to." Anthony Presley.
Oh yeah, call
If you
us.
would like to, sir, please go ahead.
Do you have my phone number, Anthony? What's he saying?
He said, "You want me to call in to tell you why?" He hadn't said me nothing yet. Leon Lexington is voting for Serena Deeb. That's one vote.
Let's say no.
He does not have your number.
How
so
do I get it to him? I'm gonna send it to. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook Messenger. We have already been talking on there, so.
that works.
Thanks again for Mandy Lemond coming on the show. We really had a good time with you. We
Yes,
really
we did.
we want to hear more about your ghost mother that lives with you. That sounds
That
like
would
a
be
good
great.
podcast
It
by
really
itself.
would.
Call it, yeah. Our podcast is Mandy's podcast should be Ghost Mother. I'm sending you the my phone number, Anthony.
He says thumbs up.
9575. There we
Crystal
go.
John says Serena Deeb.
We're eventually going to get a phone like just for the podcast guys, so you guys can all call in and
We'll put that on the link of the page.
yeah, and y'all can't be saying no silly shit because we got fucking pranked like about 5
Good
times
Lord.
last time. It's somebody that knows
You
us.
got pranked more than all of us.
Yeah.
I got pranked once.
It's somebody that knew me, so it was all in fun. But
It was all in fun, but good Lord.
I know, right? I don't know who it was. Oh, we went silent there for a minute.
Oh, good Lord. We weren't talking. Right now it's in the commercial.
The ladies
but they
are
got
still
picture in picture.
Unknown caller.
Oh, unknown caller. We got. Oh, right.
Hold on just a second.
Hey, what's up, Anthony? We're on the podcast.
Hey. How you guys doing?
Doing good, sir.
Guys, we got on the podcast. We got on the phone Anthony Presley, the owner of New South Pro Wrestling here in Lexington, Kentucky, over at the Ice Center. They're going to have a big show on the 29th. So, what's up, Anthony?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. So yeah, the reason that, just to answer Sean there, the reason that we don't do that is because we're trying to help build some of the other promotions around the state, and we know that a lot of the wrestlers are also going to those places and working on those nights. So we don't really want to take them away from those other companies that we're going to try to help build. We want to help build the whole state of Kentucky's wrestling scene up, not just ourselves.
Exactly.
We can respect that, sir.
Exactly. That's what needs to be done. I guess the guys in Frankfurt there, they do their show on Saturday night too, don't they?
Some of them do.
Yeah, so they do theirs on some Friday nights, I believe, but they're good friends of mine. Then, of course, Larry D. You have the FTC up in Ashland, Kentucky. Yep. There's a bunch of different promotions that I like to be a part of helping build. That's why we have a lot of those wrestlers come to our shows. If you come to our shows, you'll see a mixture of really good wrestlers from all over the state and, for that matter, all over the country.
Oh, yeah. I was so impressed. Like I told you, I was so impressed that they said there's a show over in the Ice Center, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go over and see it. And I didn't expect you guys to be so professional over there. I just didn't, when I walked in, I seen New South, and I was like, oh, okay, I understand now. It's New South over here. But, I just learned about you guys a couple weeks ago, and I fell in love with y'all's product over there. Y'all had Carlito over there. You had James Storm. Like, y'all had Lady Frost, I'm the big fan of Lady Frost. She's on Impact. I love to see her.
She is amazing.
Yeah, so, guys, we're so impressed with you. And your podcast, what was your podcast name? It was on the other day.
So we've started that with Prep Spin, who now handles all of our production and everything. We're doing podcasts. We're building a network, and I mentioned this on the podcast a little bit the other day, that we're going to have a network, kind of like WWE's network, to where you can go into that network and watch all of our content from anywhere in the world.
Oh,
you can stream that anywhere in the world. And we actually have the capability of doing it live too.
Oh, wow.
So like if we do a show in another state, like we are going to go to Mississippi a couple times a year, you'll be able to stream that from here live and watch us down there live from here.
Oh man, that sounds great, dude. That sounds like the New South Wrestling's got some big things and big plans ahead of you. So yeah, we're here to support you guys. We're fans of wrestling. That's what the Nice Guy Andy podcast is about. We're wrestling fans. We love fans that love fans that love fans.
Today, Junior.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're all about. So with me being a previous wrestler and 20-year wrestler, it's important to me to give back to the fans, and I want every fan that comes into New South Wrestling to have an experience like they've never had at any other wrestling promotion before. That's why I come out at intermissions and talk to people and ask them if they're having a good time, if they're enjoying themselves. That's why we try to do some surprises that no one's expecting, different things like that, just because we don't have any cupcake matches. Like, all of our matches are going to be top talented guys that, could be top, main event anywhere in the country. But we bring them in because we want the fans to have a great experience while they're there and enjoy it. But also we want the wrestlers to have a great experience and enjoy it, and which they have.
Yeah. Like we said, we came over there and I love the product. I love it. I've been a fan ever since I've walked in that door over there. I've been trying to help you guys. I know you guys probably don't need my promotion, but I got a few little fans, and I've been shouting you guys out.
Oh yeah.
No, we're all in this together. So,
yes,
and you came up and spoke to me at the show, and there's some promoters and some people out there that's not receptive to that. But, I'm receptive to anybody that loves wrestling, that's trying to help wrestling. I'm all about that, because I talked to the commissioner of the Kentucky Athletic Commissioner today, and we talked about that's what my goal is to help every promotion, every wrestler, to help everybody in the business that I can. But before I put my name on something, I have to just take a good look at it, watch it, see what it's about. I've been watching your guys' show. I can tell you're all passionate about wrestling, and so that piques my interest.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That means a lot to us.
Yes, it does.
Exactly. It means a lot to us. And I came up to you and you were so polite to me and you shook my hand and we talked about wrestling for a few minutes and then, you went on your way because you was a busy person, but you were so nice to me over there. And that's why, that's why we like New South, man.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing
I
is
wear the hat just about every day, and I wear the T-shirt as well. I try to get.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I try to get the New South Nation, as you all call the fans, as I try to get that out there for everybody and try to go, what's that about? I tell them where the show is and how often they are and who all we have there.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome, and that's what we're looking at to continue to grow. We've got some big things coming down the pipe that we're going to be doing here real soon.
Awesome.
You want to tell us some of the promotions that you're working with?
Well, we've been working with a lot of. I've named a bunch of them off. So FTC, we're working with them and their talent. We're working with KPW and their talent. We're working with Gen Next Pro Wrestling and their talent.
Nice.
There's just a big number. Of course, we've been using people from NWA and from Impact, from AEW, former WWE stars. People know that Rikishi is our commissioner.
Uh-huh.
So he is a full-time part of New South Wrestling.
Nice.
We've got a connection that we've been dealing with in Chillicothe, Ohio, with Big Time Pro Wrestling up there. Bobby Fulton.
Bobby Fulton. I was just getting.
So
ready
how
to
long?
ask.
How long have you been back doing this? I know y'all were off for a while. How long have you been back doing the New South?
So we just started back in Lexington. So it's only been now, this will be our fourth show back. We started the company in 2001 and we was a part of the NWA. At that time we was NWA Battle Zone, and then we changed the name to NWA New South in 2003. I wrestled for them during that whole period of time, Billy Gunn and Kamala and Sid Vicious and Road Dogg Jesse James, just a whole host of a lot of the stars, Brian Christopher, Jerry the King Lawler, all those guys was part of our show. Matter of fact, one of the guys who's on this show coming up, Hernandez from TNA, you remember him? So he started with our...
I met him a long time ago in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky during TNA when they came down there, like years ago. I got a picture with him.
Well, he started with our company, New South in Mississippi, before he was signed to TNA.
Wow.
So this will be a homecoming to him, and he's super excited about this homecoming.
Oh, wow.
So it's like full circle for him.
Y'all have accomplished so much being back just for shows. Like, how did you do that? Like, you just got up one day and just like said, like, let's do this again? What was your, like, explain that.
So, back in 2010, I shut it down because I had children, and I didn't want to be on the road anymore. I didn't want to travel anymore. I wanted to take part in raising my children. So I did that, and I kind of got completely away from wrestling. Like, didn't watch it, didn't do anything with it. Then I had both hips replaced 2 years ago because of wrestling. And so as I was recovering through that, me and my wife split up a year ago, and the kids stayed with me. And the kids, to get their mind off things, I started taking them to do different stuff. Well, one of the things that we did was we went to wrestling.
Heck yeah.
And they started loving it. And by them loving it, it kind of got me itching for it again.
Yeah.
So then I started talking to some of the boys and talking to some of the wrestlers and getting the fire built up again. And then my kids saw that. And they were like, Dad, why don't you get back into doing this?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I can't physically do this anymore, but I can open my company back up. Exactly. So because of my kids pushing me forward to that, that's what we did. But if I was going to do it, it was going to be done the way it was years ago when we had it as part of the NWA. It was going to be set apart from everything else that's out there.
And it is. And it's so really impressive that you've only had 4 shows and being back, like, you look like when I walked in the door, it looks like you've been there for years. Like it just the shows just went like they just went down like they were supposed to. It looks like you've been there for years. I mean, I know you've been in the wrestling business for years, but like being back to only 4 shows, like I didn't get that feeling when I came in the door. I felt professional when I walked in the door at the Ice Center over there. I felt like pro wrestling. I felt like this should be on TV shit.
Yeah, and it's going to be. It's going to be on our stream. Every one of them's been taped except for the last show because we transitioned from one production team to the next production team, and then the company that we're dealing with right now is just amazing company. Prep Spin. They handle all of high school basketball and all of high school sports across the state, and then they are also part owners of them as Mingy Beef Jerky. So there's a big backing there, and we're super excited about what we're doing there with them and what we can offer the fans. But what you were saying about it being so professional, you're not the only person that said that. So like all the big stars that's been with us in the past that I know, when they came in, they said, Tony, this is like crazy. Like this is one of the better places we've been on the indie scene, and you're doing it right. Tatako last show said, you're doing it right. Like this is amazing.
And you are doing it right, and we give you your flowers.
Yes, we do.
Definitely.
Well, I do appreciate that. That's why Rikishi asked that he wanted to be commissioner, because when he left that show, he called me and he said, Oos, I got a question. Will you let me be a part of this thing full time? I'd love it.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah. And he was like, I want to be the commissioner. And I said, yeah, that's fine.
Works for us.
Oh wow, that's
so
awesome,
when you got
man.
a Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer, and a Samoan Dynasty member that wants to be a part of what you're doing full time, that's a pretty big deal.
It is, man, and it is, and that's a legendary wrestling family that he's part of.
No doubt about that. The bloodline is amazing, and he's bringing in some really good people with him this show. You got Viva Van, and you got Taya. He just got signed by AEW and Ring of Honor in the Tully Blanchard faction. So,
yeah, we're watching wrestling right now. We're watching AEW right now. Dynamite and the Aleister Black's crew is out there. Like they're just being crazy like they always are.
Oh yeah. I love AEW. I think AEW is doing it right, and I'm all about. I was always a guy who really liked WCW growing up. That's where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was more about the action that was in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an old school feel. That's how we kind of run our show. You can see those influences on me.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I always wanted to make it to and be a part of. And I made it to the NWA and finished up my career there. So that's why we have that feel.
We are fans of any kind of wrestling around here.
Yes.
We watch everything. We watch Impact. We watch. We haven't watched any AAA yet, but any big time wrestling we've been watching. Like we watched their pay-per-views. We
This
watched
past
Impact.
Saturday, we watched Impact Wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah, so we definitely.
Yeah, what are y'all seeing all this stuff going on with the major players over there?
Oh, those guys are awesome,
Yeah,
man. Those
those
guys
are
are
guys.
awesome. Like
They're
Matt Cardona is. He's just reinvented himself. He's became a
He's
fucking star.
made
Like
us
he's
forget
huge.
about Zack Ryder.
Are you going to have him wrestle? Like,
Well, I talked to him at Squared Circle Expo, and Chelsea's been talking to him about doing something. Chelsea had a blast here and said she couldn't wait to come back.
Nice.
oh wow, he's got like what 7 belts right now? I
7
think.
championships, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he actually sent a picture of those to Vince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So-
They'll be wanting him back before too long because they just seem
Oh,
like
yeah.
they send their talent off to become somebody and then they want them back like they did Cody. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, they was making all those releases. I think they was really doing that to get the books looking good and things like that. But I think they'll start bringing some of those guys back.
exactly, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. They want to make they're into making money. They're into making money, and it looked like they were going to sell to Disney or at some point. But and they still may be trying to do that.
Will
I think.
happen
At some point, they
eventually,
probably
but I don't want to talk about all
Yeah,
that.
because I don't know. Now, me and a couple of the stars have talked about this actual same thing, and I don't know if they'll ever take it out of the family, but then again, I don't know if Vince would ever relinquish the power to anybody else.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's. Have you ever met Vince?
I've never met him. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So you being a face owner, do you ever see yourself turn a heel?
I don't know. I mean, most of my wrestling career, I was a babyface.
Really?
And about 4 years, I was a heel. But I actually liked being a heel better.
Yeah, it seems to be
It was
fun.
a lot of fun.
What did you wrestle under? What name did you wrestle under?
Scott Storm.
Scott Storm. Okay.
I hear a lot of people say they prefer being a heel as opposed to being a babyface. There are some that can do both, can switch on a dime, but
There's some that's always in the middle, kind of.
Yeah, why do you think a lot of people prefer being a heel as opposed to being a baby?
Well, I mean, a heel, you can go out and say and do anything, really, right? So you can do anything that you want, and even if you mess up, it works for you because the people are going to yell at you and chant at you and make fun of you, which is good. It all works for a heel.
Yeah.
But a babyface is very tough to be because to be a babyface, you got to really get the crowd on your side.
Yeah,
and that's really tough for some people.
It's hard to get everybody to like you. That's the
it's very tough.
Yeah, just like Roman
and that
Reigns.
all changed.
Roman Reigns had that problem for a long time.
Well, that all changed with Austin. So they wanted Austin to be a heel, but he couldn't be a heel because the fans loved him too much.
Yeah.
But they wanted him to be a heel. Yeah. So, and that all changed. So since then, you got tweeners, you got people that like both sides, and then you got some people that are just heel exclusively.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny because growing up, when I was a kid and loved wrestling, my favorites were all the heels.
Yeah, like me.
All
Ric
the heels
Flair.
were my favorites.
Ric Flair was always my favorite. He was always a heel. Always.
Yeah, I liked Ric Flair. I liked Big Van Vader. I loved it when they did the angles with Vader and Sting because I loved that he beat him all the time. I loved Sid Vicious. I loved all those guys. But then when I got in the business, I was a babyface for most of my career.
Yeah. I loved Vader, man. Vader was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Vader.
Big 450-pound guy doing a moonsault.
His name's Leon, yeah. So that's my son's name and my name. My middle name's Leon, but I didn't name him after Vader. I promise, but he's named after me. But I loved it. His name was Leon, and I figured out his name was Leon. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah. And I loved him too because he was so athletic, such a big guy.
Did you ever meet him?
I never got a chance to meet Leon. No, I think that
I got the chance to meet Vader in 2012. Went to a pro wrestling freedom show in Corbin, Kentucky. Vader was there. It was their first show. Vader was in the ring before the show started. Vader got they set a table up in the ring. Everybody got to get in line, meet Vader. He charged you like $10 for an autographed 8x10. I think 15 if you got a double with a picture with Vader.
So is this a 10-man tag team thing here?
Sure.
That's what that is?
I guess. I don't know.
We got Adam Cole out here with Red
Vader, to me, I hear a lot of people say Vader wasn't, like, the guy running said Vader wasn't, like, he pitched a fit because they used a digital camera and not a Polaroid. Like, it's 2012, Vader, with the program.
Hey, so Anthony, what's the, who were, like, you've met a lot of wrestlers. Who did you just fanboy out over?
Really, I mean, I didn't fanboy out on any of them. Sometimes that happens in the back, some of the guys. But to me, I looked at them as whether they're stars or not stars or whatever, they put their pants on the same way I do.
Exactly, yeah.
We was all getting dressed in the same locker room. They had ascended to a higher level, but we was all doing the same thing. We all paid the same dues. We all had the same bumps that we dealt with, and the body, broken down the same way.
Yeah.
So and they respect when you treat them that way more than when you fan out on them too.
I'm sure,
because they want you to treat them like one of their peers, right? Like you're a peer with them. So,
exactly. But
I'd say the coolest person that I ever met as a star anyway was
my next question for you.
Yeah, so that would have to be Rikishi, one. And then Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg together, when you get them together, it's a blast.
I'm sure.
You can just tell they're having fun
all the time.
I'm sure those guys are I'm sure the guys are characters. I love pro wrestling because everybody's a character. You know, everybody just has. That's why I like to put on my podcast. Like I have a bunch of friends, and they're all just characters. They just, they're just all characters. So.
Yeah, I mean it's just a good way to get away from reality, and if everybody's got things going on in their life that's going on that they want to step away from for a little bit, and that's what we want you to do is come in, leave all that stuff at the door, let us entertain you and enjoy those 2-3 hours that you're getting there, and then you could just forget about all your troubles for that moment.
Yeah. It's a great thing.
The first time
it really is a great thing for you that you're doing this for the community, because you're putting on a show for the community, for the people to come and have a clean night out at somewhere so they can entertain themselves, and there's and it's
family
affordable,
friendly, nothing too vulgar.
It's affordable for the families to come, and you don't like. Sometimes, the WWE things that go downtown and stuff like that is just too much, cost too much for families to go and see. And you have a really good price over there, and we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you, and that's why we do it. We're doing it for the people and for the fans, and that's what it's all about. If I were to break even every time, but everybody, the boys got paid, the wrestlers got paid, and the fans. If they go home happy, then I'm happy.
So do you have a okay? So I run the podcast, and I've built the podcast myself so far to this point. Do you have a bunch of people that you work with, or do you make most of the decisions yourself? Did you? I'm sure. I mean, I look at your product, and I'm like, I do a podcast, so I'm kind of like looking at the behind the scene things, like, you got to pay the wrestlers, you got to pay the people at the concession, you got to pay the people at the front desk, you got to pay the ice center, you got to pay the guys to set up the ring. Like, who makes all those decisions?
So I handle all that. Everything goes through me. I have a crew that handles the ring setup and tear down, and that's what they do every day, each time. Uh-huh. But I handle all decisions. I make the decisions on what's going to happen everywhere. So
and you have
that's why when you see me at the show, you see me running around a lot, because I'm always the guy making all the decisions.
And you have a roofing company too, right? You want to plug your roofing company?
Yeah, so me and my brother, we have a roofing company that we handle with Elite Property Solutions, and we go and put roofs on people's houses and help people get insurance claims for that. And then in the wintertime, we hang Christmas lights on people's houses.
And you run the roofing company and the wrestling company. What else do you run?
Yeah, I do. I raised my 2 daughters.
And you raised your 2 daughters. You're busy man. Yeah,
I try to stay super busy and keep moving all the time.
Do you even own a bed because you're always working?
No, I do own a bed, but the wrestling was actually, so I already had a full plate before the wrestling, and then wrestling was really for the love of the business. But we're doing really good because, we're doing a lot better than a lot of companies in the state, and that's by a lot of hard work and putting a lot of effort into it. It just doesn't come. You have to put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, you can tell that you can tell that you're putting a lot of effort in it. You can tell, like, your product is top notch. It really is. And I only see it getting better.
Somebody has said everybody wants to be famous. Nobody wants to put the work in. Well, sir, from 2 wrestling fans to you, you have put the work in, sir, and Well,
I do appreciate that.
I take my hat off to you.
And you still coming in on? We're asking you all the questions tonight. You still coming in on Wednesday?
I'm one good thing about me is I've always had the gift of gab, so I don't have any problem talking. So,
well, you're invited anytime to come over and sit in the podcast room with us, and it's a small space, and and sometimes I get a lot of people that want to come, and sometimes I don't get anybody that wants to come. So, you're more welcome to come over, and we got nice lazy boy chairs, so I sprung for the nice chairs, so you'll be comfortable when you get here.
And
that's all good.
We have sodas here for the children if you want to bring them.
Oh, he's definitely bringing his kids. I'm gonna bring my 11-year-old too. He was at the show. He loves it too. So
he had a blast last
night. That's the thing that I always tell everybody is my kids go everywhere with me. So it always has to be something that's inviting to the kids and PG for the kids, because I'm always I always have my children with me, so
there's nothing wrong.
I play it.
We're not always. If you've watched the show, we're not always PG, but we can
tone it down.
We can make some shows PG.
Yeah, I understand that totally. That's that's fine. But like I said, yeah, they just go everywhere with me. I know that the time goes very fast that they grow up, and every moment I get a chance to be around them, because at some point one day they're going to get to where it's not cool to be around mom and daddy no more.
Exactly. So. What are their ages?
If you don't mind.
So my daughters are 10 and 11, and then I have a son in Mississippi that is 15.
Okay.
Wow.
My son's 11, so they're around the same age. They'll probably get along pretty good, hopefully.
Yeah, I would think so. They're pretty easy. They're pretty easy to get along with.
Yeah.
That's them in the background yelling, "Who am I on the phone with?"
Do they know they're coming to the podcast?
I have one. Yeah, I have one that thinks she's my secretary. She has to run the itinerary by me. I've got to run my itinerary by her all the time. So
exactly.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
Well, I'll let you guys go and finish out your show. I didn't want to come in and hijack it. I was just trying to give you an answer to.
No, we had
Mandy, trying to give you an answer.
We had Mandy Lemond on earlier. She was on. She was a producer at 18 Action News for years, and Ryan Lemond's ex-wife, I guess. They're still
friends.
Still really close, I guess. But and then she had to leave early, so and it was a really surprise, and I'm glad that you called in, because it was a surprise that you came on, and we really appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome, and hopefully somebody will be able to enjoy winning those tickets and come out to the show. And
oh yeah, we forgot about that. Still got to give those tickets away. Hey, if you want to like showcase, like if you want one of your wrestling guys to come on that don't get a lot of hype, and you want to send them over for an interview or whatever, just let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can do that, or I can also, because a lot of our guys, a bunch of them live out of state and they travel here.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we could do the same thing where they could call into you as well if they're out of state.
That'd be great. That would be awesome, man. Appreciate you, man. We really do appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. You all have a good show, and give away some tickets there.
Okay.
Thanks, Anthony.
Just text me and let me know who won.
All right.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome.
I'll have those set at will call for you.
Okay.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you, brother.
You're welcome, man. Thank you, guys. See y'all Friday.
All right. Guys, if y'all didn't know, if anybody's listening, that was Anthony Presley, the owner of, I think he goes by Tony, but he may go by Anthony too, but the owner of New South Wrestling just called us and sit here and bullshitted with us for fucking ever, man. And now he's giving away 4 tickets to his show on the 29th, guys. So
this coming Friday, we
don't know what we're gonna do to give these tickets away, but we need to figure something out here really quick, because like, how much show we got left? We got about 20
minutes.
20 minutes of the show left. So who wants these tickets?
Well, Crystal picked Serena Deeb as winner of that women's match. I figured that would be the one we do it, but so did Leon Lexington.
Yeah. Well, Leon's part of the rest. He's part of the part of the podcast, so we're gonna have him out. He actually owns part of the podcast, so we're not gonna. Leon, you're not gonna be able to win the tickets.
Plus, he's got to work Friday night anyway.
Yeah, he's working anyway.
He won't be able. So it looks like, I don't know. Can Crystal Johns be the one doing it? Because since she is my wife, she did pick Serena to win. Nobody else has picked.
Yeah, can she win too? Because she is your wife. She's probably going to go anyway.
Yeah, she is planning on going.
Okay, so
I guess it's her.
Hold on, we can't give them to your wife.
I could.
We could.
I want to be on the good side. I don't want to sleep on the couch. No.
She's going to be at the show anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, guys. If anybody's out there watching us, let's. What do we need to do? I don't usually give away stuff. I got to figure out how to give away stuff on this podcast.
It's a tough one.
Who's Daphne here?
Daphne, she lives in Cynthiana. She's kind of a local wrestling fans such as ourselves.
So 4 tickets. Are we giving away 2 and 2, maybe, or are we giving away all 4 of them? You think?
Give away all 4.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's got 4 people that wants to come to the wrestling? Because Anthony just threw this on us here, and we don't know how to give away shit yet.
Leon Lexington, we all
we know how to accept stuff, but we don't know how to give away stuff.
Well, Leon Lexington, this show is, you could say it's old Southern territory. It's very good. You got to take a Friday night off one night when they do it. Call in sick. Take a vacation day if you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Switch your schedule around one day or something. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. You remember how the fun shows were at KCW, Leon Lexington? The exact same concept.
But this place is so
it's like so much
professional.
better.
Like,
so much better.
It's
But-
so professional.
Yeah, it's at the Ice Center. It's helping out the community, doing this, that, and the other. It's great. I can't hype that show enough.
So let's go back and see if who commented here. Who commented? Mike's not going to be able. Mike's not going. He's working.
Yeah.
Pirates. He's in Florida.
And what he's going to do tonight.
Who's Daniel? Who's Daniel Larson?
Daniel Larson. If you're still watching, if you want to go, comment something, brother. 4 tickets. I know Will and Chris are going.
How about Superfan? Where's he at?
Johnny Lee, he's going to go with me. He's
part of the podcast, so we can't really give it to him.
Yeah, he's in Facebook jail, so he really can't.
Yeah, exactly. Johnny Lee, if you're out there listening, buddy, we're thinking about you, bud. Johnny Lee, super fans out
where
there.
are we picking you up Friday? We'll take you to the show, buddy. Tickets on me.
Bowser on YouTube says, "Great show. Mandy was sexy. You and Sean are the great together." Yeah, we are. We're great. We are great. Thank you. We're the greatest.
Yes, we are.
So,
not only was Mandy sexy looking, which she was, I'm not gonna lie.
she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful lady.
She's
smart,
down to earth. Didn't take herself too seriously.
No, how many people knows a sexy woman that can write a book? I can't even read a book. How the motherfuckers write books and I can't even read one?
Shout out to Mandy Lemond. Thank you. Hopefully, if your travels ever bring you back here to.
Hey, Mandy, you want to go to the show? We'll give the tickets to her and her kids. Mandy, you listening? We'll give the show to you. We'll give the tickets to you and your kids. You can bring all your foster kids with you.
That'll work.
Yeah, we get a hold of her. Is anybody responding to us anymore?
I've not seen any more comments since Mandy said, "Hey, Andy and Sean." Hey, Daphne. Sorry, we were talking to Andy when you messaged. So hopefully you're still watching. Thank you for watching the podcast. We appreciate all wrestling fans.
Oh, what's this in the Morale Ring? We're back on AEW's back, and they're announcing
They're
something.
doing a ladder match for the TNT Championship.
TNT? Oh, the TNT Championship.
Yeah, the TV title.
Okay, so
much.
Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky.
Sammy Guevara. I want to say Guerrero for some reason because I guess
I think one of his favorite wrestlers growing up was Eddie Guerrero, so that's not.
You think that's his
bad.
real name? Sammy Guevara?
No, Sammy Guevara. I don't know his real name. I'm not going to Google it.
And then we got Scorpio Sky out here. They're going to have a ladder match. Like, Sammy's good at ladder matches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny,
he beat Cody in the
Johnny
ladder match twice, didn't he?
Yeah, Johnny could watch it, but he couldn't comment on it.
Yeah.
Because he's
he's in Facebook jail.
He's in Facebook jail.
Over that silly ass work we had with two guys in a wrestling podcast.
A lot of that had to do with it, but I think he got in that before then anyways.
Was he already in jail over there already? Johnny cracks me up, man. Johnny's so funny. He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, he was on there, and oh my God, he is a great.
He cracks me up.
Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti. She's from Brazil.
Tay Conti's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous. I'm not getting this couple. I don't get like boo, angry heat. I just like, Wow.
Oh, wow.
Walking under a ladder.
Yeah, walked under a ladder.
He shows he's not superstitious.
Yeah. I see them kind of being like them having a
It's kind of like
intergender intergender.
I could see it sooner or later. They
yeah.
had called it last week. What I was watching,
She hasn't wrestled in forever,
she really hasn't.
but she is definitely.
She's playing the great role as a what's it called? A
Valet.
yeah, thank you.
Ballet, yeah, yeah. You think that Paige Van Zandt is coming out tonight?
I don't know if she's coming out tonight, but they're going to do a mixed tag match. Eventually, it's going to be Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara versus Paige Van Zandt and possibly one of the others from Dan Lambert's crew.
Are they still working the two belts? So they still got the two belts?
He came out with just one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was one in the thing, so I don't know what they're doing.
I think they should just keep the two belts, like for.
Well,
the
thank
team,
you for still watching.
champion. Yes, still watching.
We appreciate that. We appreciate all wrestling fans.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. Mandy can't go. She's leaving tomorrow. She's traveling to Tampa.
Traveling to Tampa. So
Yeah, we got to give these tickets away. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for the tickets, but like you put a lot of pressure on us tonight. We do appreciate it, though.
we are not.
We are going to give these damn tickets to somebody.
On our feet.
We are going to give these damn tickets to somebody.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'm on the show. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. Unless you just want to pick four people to take with you.
Well, it's going to be me, Crystal, and Johnny Lee. You're going to be bringing Leland, won't you?
If he wants to come,
That's
yeah.
the plan. Okay.
I'm definitely coming because I have to.
Right.
I
Show love for
independent
wrestling.
I'm definitely coming to every one of them that I can make it. Sometimes I'm gonna be out on vacation and stuff, or working or something. But I'm definitely coming to. I got show support for this new wrestling promotion in town. I mean, it's bigger than. It's a big time, I think.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it may be at just the Ice Center, but it's going to go into something bigger.
He was talking to me about he was talking to me about he was looking for his own place to put it, like a building to put it in. Yeah, that would be cool. If they had their own arena, cool. That would be like, I guess this would be like a warehouse, but you could call it an arena if you wanted to.
You can make anything an arena.
Yeah, exactly. I would love that, man. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So this Sammy Guevara and Sky
when he's
Scorpio
becoming a heel, it's like a little cocky little thing.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky, like
me.
I guess he kind of was already a heel, wasn't he? He was with Jericho, like
and then they became baby faces, good guys, and then the inner circle started fighting in fighting. Sammy Guevara's like, look, I left the inner circle before. I'll leave it again. And then he just left.
Yeah, he just left.
He was doing his own thing, winning the TNT championship, which is fine.
He's going to grab that belt.
Don't you dare. Oh, wow.
Yes, get the belt.
It's
already his belt anyway, right?
Yeah, he's got to retain the title.
Yeah, he's going to. I don't see him changing it again this week. Do you?
No.
Wow,
genius.
That was nice.
But
what was that? What was that move called?
It's been called many different names in different countries. It's called, like in here in America, it's called a slingshot.
Okay, so a slingshot.
In other countries, it's called a catapult. You just grab the legs underneath your legs while he's laying on his back. You fall back as it takes. I'm not a scientist. Don't know physics and all this. But like,
I'm a damn wrestling fan, not a scientist.
Damn it, Jim. He just does that, and you do the motion. You're supposed to mainly do it into the corner. It looks pretty cool.
Uh-oh.
What the?
Oh, what was that? He did kick him, didn't he?
Yeah, but it looks like he missed it.
He did.
It looks like he knocked himself out.
Oh wow, he landed on his own shoulder.
Sammy
didn't he?
Guevara's like, I'll take all these bumps just for these fans, and he's looking like he just knocked himself
He
stupid.
does. Him and Darby Allin take all the bumps, dude. They just take bumps like crazy. They one day they're gonna wake up like Anthony did and have to have hip surgery. You know what I'm saying?
And
So-
way before their time as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's also maybe I wonder if there's any like YouTube videos of Anthony wrestling. Scott Storm, right?
Scott Storm.
Scott
I was
Storm.
getting ready to just ask that.
Yeah, we have to check it out and see if there's any Scott Storm videos out there
I will.
on YouTube and see.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 guests tonight. We only planned on 1.
I just love whatever happens, man. Just let it happen. Like I don't plan any of these shows.
No, we don't.
The most I plan is a guest to come in. We'll talk a
And
little bit.
most of what your idea of planning is for, like, here's what some stuff we could talk about tonight.
Yeah.
And then
We don't
you're
never write
texting me
anything
that.
down.
We don't write nothing down.
It's off
We
the
don't take
cuff.
notes.
Like we're live.
We just hit record and say, and
we just do
hope
our
for
thing.
the best.
We just do our thing. We watch wrestling. Is what we do.
That's it.
We watch wrestling with our friends and family and special guests come in. Hopefully, Mandy's going to have some of her
She said
friends.
she was going to send some love to us.
Yeah, so like she mentioned Lee Cruz, she mentioned Bill Mack, so
Yeah.
hopefully we can get her to send some of this guy. I'll probably be on. She's invited me to her podcast at some point too. So
Nice.
and she's probably going to want to use the studio. If anybody out there wants to use the studio, we do rent it out. So and I can produce your show too. So like but it does cost a little bit to produce a show, but.
Yeah.
You guys let me know. You hit me up on the Nice Guy Andy podcast Facebook page, and maybe we can book some time for y'all to use the studio. You'll have to deal with the Nice Guy Andy.
Okay. Daphne just chimed in with, yes, there is. There's some Scott Storm footage on YouTube. Nice. Thank you,
We're
Daphne.
gonna have to check that out, Scott. Scott Storm, Anthony. We're looking at you on YouTube. There you go. Some reason I don't see him being a high flyer. Do you?
You never know.
He might come off the top rope. I don't know.
You never know.
We'll see. We'll check him out. He didn't hurt his hips, like not wrestling. He was definitely
That's right.
wrestling somebody.
Yeah. Taking bumps. So yeah, this will be fun.
So now they got two. They got two ladders out there now.
Yep. Oh, what is that? Oh, that looks like it's not going to feel. Oh, pulled him up and then just kicked him right in the chest.
So what do you think about the Jade Cargill Maria Shafir match last week?
I didn't expect that match to be on just Rampage, which I call it their B show.
Yeah.
Or maybe
They put
even
a lot of good matches on that show.
No, what is this goof doing with a box on his head?
Where at?
Right there in the ring, sit there with a suit.
Oh
with a box
yeah,
on his
see
head.
that? That's crazy.
What
There's a fan in the. There's a fan
Now,
in
is that
the
going to be
audience
a
with a box on his
storyline?
head. Is that going to
just
be
gonna-
somebody going to come in the ring? You think?
What is Sammy doing? What is they doing? This ain't going to look good.
Sammy's going to do
Decline.
some crazy shit like he did. Like
Oh,
he did the same
he went
move.
for it, and then
He did-
Scorpio Sky caught him.
He did the same. Ain't that the same move he did to
Cody. Yeah, he did that to Cody.
Yeah, Sammy did
Sammy's
that.
looking around like, duh.
Sammy did that move to Cody.
Yeah.
And now he just had
So
it done to
Sammy
him.
scouted it and was like, nope, caught you.
Yeah. What was he planning on doing anyway? Why did he
He was
jump?
going for a jumping, I guess, going to leapfrog over the ladder, catch him with a cutter, and then just kind of.
Oh, there's another ladder
a
coming
third
out.
ladder with barbed wire on it.
Wow, I never seen
Holy
that. Have you
damn.
seen that before?
No.
I've never seen.
What next? A ladder with a machine gun next?
I've
Good
never seen the
Lord.
ladder with the barbed wire in the runs. So that's crazy. This is becoming a crazy match. So we was talking about the Jade Cargill and
Yeah,
Maria
I
Shafir.
expected that match. I didn't expect it for Jade Cargill to just because they were booking Marina Shafir as a
badass.
A badass, which she more than likely is.
Oh, she
She
is.
does MMA and does all this. Oh,
I didn't see her losing.
Spanish Fly into barbed wire.
Oh yeah, Scorpio Sky just hit the barbed wire that he pulled out.
Yeah. Holy.
Wow. You know that hurt.
Yeah.
You gotta like
not only getting slammed into that ladder, but there's barbed wire sticking into you.
That ladder by itself hurt bad.
Yeah, and then with the added barbed wire, good Lord.
Gravity is not our friend. And now,
Dan Lambert.
Dan Lambert's in the ring.
He's actually kind of like admonishing them like a father would admonish their bratty kids. And then she jumps in and kicks him right in the dangle.
Tay Conti just kicked Dan Lambert
in his no-no.
In his thingity things. Oh, I told you Paige Van Zandt was coming out.
Yep, you called it.
Yeah, they're definitely like
cat fight.
They're as similar wrestlers, probably.
as Joey Styles would say, cat fight. Paige Van Zandt has an OnlyFans, but she doesn't get totally naked.
No, she don't. But she
should.
She's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous lady. She really is.
I kind of
so
Googled that
about
to
her.
see what the big deal was, and she did something where she's carrying her, like she's completely butt naked, but she's got her husband kind of held upside down where the naughty bit's covered up.
Wow.
Like she's carrying her husband up. Oh, good Lord.
They're making out in the middle of the ring again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Get a room.
Go up there and get your belt.
You two.
Go get your belt. Have her go get it. Yeah.
What are they doing?
Oh, they're going to get the other ladder out.
Going to get the barbed wire.
They're going to put Paige through it, probably. Try to, at least.
What's Paige Van Zandt
I'm so
doing?
glad
Just
she's
sitting
came to
there?
wrestling because I've always been a Paige Van Zandt fan since her days in UFC when she was,
Paige Van Zandt was just sitting there.
She was a badass.
While they're getting into the ring with the ladder, and then she lays down. Wow.
She was a badass. Got her arm broke like forever.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Scorpio Sky's bleeding from his back. You can see? Did you see?
Wouldn't you if you got slammed into barbed wire?
Oh, he's going up the ladder now. Ty Conti needs to come in there and push that ladder over. Come on, he's going up the ladder. He's slowly going up the ladder.
Yeah,
he can do crazy moves, but he can't climb a damn ladder real fast.
This chick needs to just go on somewhere.
Oh, now they're like, now they're carrying.
Tay Conti's on the back of Scorpio Sky.
Oh, wow.
Sammy Guevara's got Paige Van Zandt on his back, and they're climbing the ladder.
She's just hanging.
With
She's
the
not
girls
even
on
got
it.
her legs wrapped.
Oh, chicken fight! Chicken fight!
The girls are fighting on top of the ladder. She's got him in a chokehold, looks like.
She's like, tell them to go to Motel 6. That's right, Daphne.
Sammy's got her in a chokehold.
All the women fell.
She had Sammy in a chokehold. You see it? Oh, they're fighting again.
Oh, snap. Now,
they both
Paige
kicked
Van
each
Zandt
other.
needs to work on her working part with that wrestling. She knows her stuff.
Yeah. She's a fighter, man. She had broke her arm like crazy many times, like being a pro like UFC fighter.
Oh, he flipped him off and dude just bit his finger. He's like, don't fuck
Scorpio Sky just bit his finger. Oh, he's gonna win the fucking title. He's gonna win it. No. Oh wow.
This is
I thought
great.
He was.
I did too. That's when he bit his finger.
They're beating each other on top of the ladder, man. Oh,
that's
Scorpio
something
Sky's
I would
down.
actually do.
Sammy's on top of the face.
Bite the guy's finger.
Sammy's on top. He's get the damn belt, Sammy. Go ahead and get
Quit
it.
being cocky. He's killing time.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Pushing it over.
Oh!
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, Sammy just got knocked off the ladder, the 12-foot ladder onto that.
The 5-foot ladder, I guess, with the
barbed wire on it. Oh, wow. On his back. Scorpio Sky's going up. Now,
good
Sammy's
Lord. Sammy's did Spider-Man leap from...
He can get to the top of that ladder quick, can he?
Yeah, he just springboarded off the top rope, kind of like a Spider-Man Matrix-style jump.
Looks like Scorpio's going to win.
Oh.
Scorpio's at the top. He's going to push him over. He's going to get the belt.
Scorpio Sky, your new TNT World Television Champion.
He took the belt back. So who we gonna give these?
Oh my gosh.
It's 10 o'clock now, and the wrestling is over. So we need to give these
Tickets away.
We still haven't gave these tickets away to anybody. We talked to Tony forever.
Yeah. Kind of threw us off our train of thought.
Wow.
I don't know. I know Daphne, she doesn't have a car, so she won't be able to make it.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Frankie Kazarian.
He wants the title. He wants a picture. He wants a.
I think he wants a shot at the
He
title.
wants a shot of the title, don't he?
Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels won a tag team called SCU, Southern California University or whatever, and they were. Oh, this coming Friday, Samoa Joe taking on Trent Beretta. Wardlow versus MJF's mystery opponent next Wednesday. Deonna Purrazzo taking on Mercedes Martinez.
That's a women's championship championship
for the
match.
ROH Women's Championship.
Oh wow! Finally, she's going to defend that.
Yes, sir.
She just lost. You know, she lost the AAA title to
Yep.
Taya.
Taya Valkyrie.
Taya Valkyrie. Well, he was here watching it with me. I don't.
So maybe did she get signed to AEW? Is her contract running out?
I don't know. She's definitely a ROH champion. Maybe she's going to drop the title on the show. Maybe.
Yeah, they're unify the interim championship with the real world champion, and we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, let's shout out our sponsors again. Everybody, Dings, Dents, and Details over on 1300 West Main Street, Lexington, Kentucky. Call those guys at 859-327-3464. Ask for Joe. Tell them NiceGuyAndy sent you. Tell them Sean sent you.
Okay.
We got they got detailing. They got window tinting. Just had my wife's Highlander, the front two windows tinted. Beautiful job they did. Had my bike ceramic coated over there, my new Can-Am, and they do auto detailing too. Like, that's the only place I go and get my car detailed. Give those guys a call. Tell them NiceGuyAndy sent you. And Royal Lex, which is on Facebook, and you can call them at 859-684-9176, and they'll sign you up. They give away thousands of prizes every day. You can play their games. They'll sign you up. They'll give you like $5 to start, I think, and tell them NiceGuyAndy sent you. And Royal Dark, which starts at 10:30 at night. No, not 10 o'clock at night, and goes until 4 a.m. in the morning for everybody that wants to stay up late. Over there at Royal Dark, they stay up late for you, so you can win. Give those guys a call. Sean, you want to take over?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
Want to thank Mandy Lemond for stopping by, speaking with us tonight, telling us ghost stories, leaving us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So now we want to hear more, but we wish her a safe trip down to Florida this coming weekend.
We'll definitely have to have her back on the podcast.
Yes.
Mandy, everybody said you were sexy, so
Everybody said you were sexy, and everybody
comments.
said you were tremendous to talk to.
Yeah, and awesome to talk to. And guys, check out her podcast. It was called Fostered.
Fostered. FOSTER-ED.
And she has a book.
She's got a book called Fostered.
And she's writing a new book, so we'll see that soon.
She's in the middle of getting that one set up.
And I can't read books, so she's writing a book. I've never read a book. No, I've read a few books, but I can understand.
But you read the books that got pictures in it.
Yeah, the comic books.
Everybody was great. Be sure this coming Friday. Unfortunately,
we got 4 tickets to give away.
4 tickets to give away. Don't know how to do it without claiming nepotism or something.
Yeah, we kind of talked too damn much. We didn't get to the contest, but I don't know what we should do.
Shout out to everybody that's watched our show tonight. Everybody that took the time to comment with us. Mike Eaton, Two Guys in a Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to them. They shouted out to us the other day, so we're going to return the favor. Shout out to you guys.
And everybody check out New South Wrestling. They're going to be over at the Ice Center at the 29th. It's called Summer Brawl. Is that what it's called?
Sounds right. Sounds about right.
Summer Brawl, I think it's what it's called. And those guys.
As you can tell, we don't play nothing here.
Yeah. We don't have anything written down. But, yeah, Super Brawl, I think is what it's called.
But he sees the passion that we have for wrestling, so
And
that's very good.
he called in and gave us 4 tickets to give away, and we dropped the ball on that. We haven't gave away the tickets yet.
Maybe for the next show, we'll have time to come up with something.
Maybe you guys can comment on the Nice Guy Andy podcast page, or Andrew Watkins, a nice guy, on Facebook, and maybe
Sean Johns on Facebook. Message me, and we'll come up with something, and we'll put our heads together, and we'll come up with something for the next show for New South Wrestling.
Yeah, so guys,
Unfortunately, we weren't able to.
If you're not
Anthony
doing
Presley, if you're still watching, we apologize. We dropped the ball on that.
we will give them to somebody though. If you guys aren't doing anything Friday night, go over to the Ice Center. Like,
Over to the Ice Center.
What is
Tickets
it?
are $15.
$15.
And every ticket that you buy, like if you get a whole bunch of people together, every ticket gets you into a drawing at the end of the night. The last show, they drew and gave away $300 cash.
If you're a local wrestling fan and you're not going to these shows,
What are you doing?
yeah, what are you doing? Like, I know you're probably working on Friday nights, but if you're watching,
You can always DVR SmackDown.
there's gonna be like, I guarantee you, there's gonna be a wrestler there that you've seen on TV wrestling.
Or
Every show, there's gonna be a wrestler.
there's
there.
a wrestler that you grew up watching.
Yeah,
A wrestler your parents grew up watching. You could see him. We just had Tatanka a couple of weeks ago.
Carlito was there.
Carlito.
James Storm was there.
James Storm. He's
Lady
been
Frost
there
was
pretty,
there.
pretty professionally.
Rakishi's gonna be there this
Rikishi's
week.
going to be there.
Larry D's gonna be there.
Who? Oh, him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
I'm just
champ,
kidding,
right?
Larry. Yeah, he's their OVW champ. We had Billy Gunn about a month ago. We had
And
the
his
Gun
sons.
Club. Yeah, his son, the Gun Club.
The Gun Club.
They don't like that. We've had lots of Lord Crew out of Cincinnati, who's been on AEW.
Negative YouTube guys watching this. He
Thank
commented.
you for your help, Negative YouTube.
Yeah, Negative YouTube. What a cool name.
We appreciate you.
That's much.
I can't even say that with a straight face.
All right, guys, we're gonna get off here. Yeah, if Anthony, you're still watching, we haven't gave the tickets away, and I think everybody's tuned out right by now. So, we'll try to give it away on the YouTube, on the Facebook chat page.
Or we might
next
do
couple
something
days.
when he comes in next week. He'll help us set that up.
Well, it's next week.
Well,
it's
the
Friday.
show is this coming Friday, but when he comes in, we could do it for the following show after
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
That's
We'll
what
do
I
that.
meant.
Yeah. All right, guys. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook. OG Nice Guy Andy on Twitter. Elon Musk owns Twitter now, so that's cool. And check us out, Nice Guy Andy podcast on Facebook. Andrew Watkins on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Nice Guy Andy's on Instagram. We're on just about everything. So just Nice Guy Andy. We're on TikTok, Nice Guy Andy on TikTok. Check out my TikTok. I'm trying to get 1,000 viewers so we can go live on there. Sean's got a bunch of what is your Twitter?
You can get me on Twitter at Skowski749. You can find me on Instagram. Hold on, I had to create a new Instagram. My main one got hacked.
It did. I got a message that Sean bought a brand new Lexus the other day. I was like, damn, your fucking ride is awesome, dude.
Right. My new Instagram is Sean.Johns, Jahns. You can find me Sean Johns on Facebook.
Shout out to all the
wrestling fans.
All the wrestling
around
fans and
that
everybody
have
that's
watched and do this. Those that love us on the podcast, just as people ourselves, we appreciate you calling in.
and everybody that's affiliated with the Nice Guy Andy podcast. We got Infamous Dak, we got Sosa, we got TA, the comedian TA, we got Zay, street performer Zay, we got Noodles, Leon Lexington. Yeah,
You
guys.
got Johnny Lee, the
Johnny
Nice Guy podcast super fan.
super fan Johnny Lee, which is going with us to
He'll be there
the NWA
NWA this weekend.
match this weekend. So we're going all me and Johnny and Sean are going down there, and hopefully maybe one of my kids is going to go with us, but we'll see. They don't.
We got to kidnap him and drag him in there. No, we won't.
Yeah, like he don't want to like sit in the car for 3 hours. I don't either. Well, we're going to be in the car 6 hours.
Yeah.
And we're going to be at the show so it's going to be
Probably
like a
about
9-hour trip.
Yeah.
So we're going to be at the show for what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
So
Like
3 hour
that.
drive, 3 hour show, 3 hour drive back.
Yeah.
I might just get a hotel and sleep down there. I don't know. We'll see.
We're
We're out, guys.
All right, guys.
Peace. Peace. Much love. Be nice.
Oh, yeah.
We
Wow.
can't believe Scorpio Sky won.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Anthony called us. That was
Yeah,
cool.
that was wild.
That's such
that
a
was
surprise.
great.
Such a surprise.
Yeah.